Hey everybody, how are we doing? When Leon bit down, he was smiling. Thank you, chat. Thank you, Square. I appreciate that. How we doing? I'm Connor Shaw. Joining me, it's yeah. I guess you were having a conversation, but now you're not. Unless, what were you talking about?
Fluff, and how I can't eat it because it's made of mostly egg whites, and I didn't realize that until I made myself a sandwich once.
Oh, the food stuff. Yeah.
The food stuff, yes.
It's made of egg whites?
No, the cat.
Because it's essentially shitty meringue.
Oh.
Like, when you think about it, it's basically just sugar and egg whites whipped up a bunch. For some reason, I was thinking it was like marshmallow, which gelatin in small amounts I can handle, but egg super cannot handle, and I didn't realize that until after I made a sandwich and started eating it. And I was like, gee, I should check the ingredients because this hurts my stomach.
That's unfortunate because I love fluff. It's horrible for you.
Well, hey, if you can eat it, enjoy it.
True.
You live that life.
I have a donut and a bagel like interchangeably that I'm eating right now, and it's a life-changing experience.
What a life that must be. God, I miss donuts too.
Sorry.
My life the past few months has just been bread and rice and applesauce and so much fucking Gatorade.
Listen, at least Gatorade is delicious.
I don't like the taste of Gatorade. There are better Gatorades, I will tell you that. I've had to drink so much fucking Gatorade because of the stomach issue that I know that there are better flavors than not. Never ever get the fucking melon flavor. Apologies to anyone flavor, but don't get the melon flavor because
that sounds amazing. But I will take your word on it. I'll take your word on it.
The thing with Gatorade is because it's so high in potassium and electrolytes, it has a slightly, I guess, salty taste to whatever it is. And so, therefore, you do. Also, hi, this is Ace Attorney.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, that too.
We're wrapping up a case today. I'm Marina. That's Austin. That's Connor. We got through the bid. It's
Hi. I exist.
For all the people here who are new, which I don't think is literally anybody.
But hey, if you are, boy, what an open of me just talking a bunch of nonsense.
But you're right. Gatorade is salty, so like salted watermelon sounds really gross.
I mean, that if it were the food, maybe, because it would bring out the sweetness. But remember that Gatorade is all artificial flavoring. So
also,
it's
watermelon
like
is supposed to be juicy.
Yeah.
Like, you could have like watermelon chips that were salty, I guess. But even then, But
I don't know how you do that because it's mostly water. But anyway,
here we go. Oh, your toe's not broken? I fucked up my foot yesterday taking out trash. We have a concrete slab at the bottom of the stairs to our apartment, and I took one step up onto it coming back, and I slipped, which made my other foot go forward and pull up under the concrete slab really hard.
I'm sorry.
It's alright. It hurts. It looks bad, but it's not broken or anything. It's just on the top of my foot.
That is a benefit to having POTS, is that I've had times where I've dropped something really heavy on my foot, and it does
nothing. Like a cinder block? That time Mom dropped a cinder block on your foot?
That time did break my toe. But I've had times where I'll drop something like on the center of my foot, and because I don't have enough circulation going to my foot, it doesn't bruise or hurt.
Oh.
So, you know. Morning, Max!
I should clarify that story for the record. We used to have a cellar door that would not stay closed by itself.
Oh, yeah, that makes it sound like Mom just dropped a cinder.
Yeah.
That's a joke we have.
Doesn't your mom just do that?
No.
I thought she just ran around and dropped cinder blocks on people at random.
That's what a librarian does in her spare time to relieve stress. But...
Oh, I thought librarians just curled up under their desk and hibernated until the library opened back up.
So the books come out again.
I mean, that's what... My mom's a teacher, that's what she does.
For the record, it was because we had a cellar door that wouldn't stay closed on its own. It would let a draft in. So we just fucking kept it closed with a cinder block in front of the door. And one time when we were trying to open it to get down, my mom pulled the door open with the cinder block next to it, which made the cinder block fall directly onto my sister's foot.
You don't realize how necessary just one big toe is for walking until suddenly it's broken. Anyway, that's it.
Carl, I'm sorry. Ow. Anyway. Oh no, I have to voice, I'm eating.
Yeah.
Good morning, sweeties.
I like to imagine, though, Max, like, walked in with a donut and, like, a coffee and is barely paying attention to us. Yeah.
Yeah, specifically interchanging between a donut, bagel, and coffee, which is what I'm doing right now.
Exactly.
Ugh.
It's delicious.
Rich people prison food.
You don't seem like your usual sparkling self today. I'm always like this before I go in front of an audience. I'm working up to it. Please, please tell me that's Francisca. Please. Oh.
Oh.
Don't get nervous, Maxie. Here, have a glass of milk.
They never explained the milk thing, by the way. Milk is the worst thing to have before a performance. Regardless of if you're gonna speak or not, you'll still feel gross.
Yeah, you'll have that phlegm.
Regina!
How fabulous! My sweetie pie princess! You came to watch my performance today.
Of course I did. Mel told me that I should come and watch this.
Why did Mo say that? But Mo said that?
So, what kind of performance will you put on today? Let me guess, you'll fly at the end?
More like hang.
Reminder that Max Galactica is a pedophile. Reminder that everyone in this case is a fucking pedophile. Except Regina. And she's awful for different reasons.
Hey, hang on. Don't you blame Acro.
Oh, Acro's fine.
Yeah. Acro's fine. Mo's also fine.
Yeah, Mo is also not a pedophile.
Believe it or not, the clown in this case is one of the best characters.
No kidding.
Yeah.
These shitty characters.
It's not that kind of show. Isn't that right, my sweeties?
Huh?
I think my sweetie pie princess doesn't, yeah, she doesn't, seem to realize what's going on or even where she is.
Well, Max, it looks like it's time to raise the curtain. I'll see you later. Today I'm just a member of the audience.
Fabulous. Enjoy yourself out there.
Good luck, Max. You're the best. Regina's different, don't you think, Nick?
What?
Oh no. Top of the morning to ya. Everybody, let's get ready to get stuck in legal limbo. How low can you go?
Wow, Mo, that was actually really good. Fuck you. Mo?
Top of the morning to ya, governor.
Not even trying to do a British accent, yes.
Nope.
Top of the morning.
That's the ticket. Attacking the day starts with energy in the morning. The early bird gets the worm. But then again, worms lack higher brain function, so, you know.
Just like you, Phoenix.
Here, Max, I brought you a present. Have some milk.
What is with the fucking milk?
Everyone just walks in and hands him a carton of milk, and he walks in.
Oh
and
my!
pours with like
Thank you.
So how are you today, Wright?
Well, I've got the feeling that today I'm gonna be facing off against the real criminal.
You mean Acro?
Pardon the fuck out of me?
Huh? You think you did it?
Be careful. He's used to putting his life on the line. Literally. He's got guts to spare.
Hang on, what? If all I've got to worry about is how thin the tightrope is, I'm used to that already. It just means that I won't be able to press him like I can with other witnesses. Oh, okay, I see.
What are you gonna do then, Nick? That's your one thing.
I guess we'll just have to do today without our usual psychological warfare.
So you have nothing.
Today we rely on evidence! The first time ever we rely
Phoenix,
on
if you can't-
evidence!
Phoenix, if you can't torture people for information, then you genuinely have nothing.
Good
you have
God.
no use. In a court of law, no one's ever won on evidence.
You're right, but it's gonna be tough.
Anyways, I want you to make sure that Regina sees it all today. It's very important. Then she'll finally have to deal with the reality of what happened to her father.
You want us to make sure Regina watches?
Jesus, Mo.
I mean, I don't carry these chains around for nothing, but
Yes, that's why I brought her here to court today.
Does she have, a chain hacksaw that like she can whip around and then throw at people and then yank back like Fire Emblem style.
Like a big
The
metal
generals in the GBA Fire Emblems.
Yeah, exactly. Where it's just all their weapons are on chains, so they just pull back.
Okay, Connor, just so people know how stupid it looks, can you throw a GIF of that in the chat?
I'll see if I can't find one real quick. Fire
Oh,
Emblem,
they're
GBA,
everywhere.
GBA
General. It looks so good.
Okay, yeah, perfect. Absolutely
Yeah.
perfect.
I was gonna say you could find them.
See you in a bit, Eldal. There it is. This is what we're talking about. Not the spin, although the spin is also good. But just fucking.
Oh my god.
The animations are so over the top. I love it.
Extendo axe.
But it's just a hacksaw instead.
Yes.
The fucking spin.
All right.
I mean, hey, when you're in that heavy plate mail, are you expected to swing your own weapons?
Exactly.
No, you
a
have
lot of
machines
energy
to do that for you.
What's that supposed to mean?
She needs to know that when people die, they don't just become stars.
Crash her
She's-
reality.
She's been. Her father's been dead for 3 days. It's time for her to face reality.
Okay, now, she is 16.
That's
Mo is
true.
100% in the right here. She needs to grow the fuck up.
But
Yeah, or at least acknowledge what happened so you can move forward.
Exactly.
I feel like
it's,
this is a bit
it's
of an
not just-
overkill case to do it with.
well, it's not just like, hey, they're not stars. It's, look, you need to accept the fact they're gone, so you can
Yeah.
move on.
Exactly, because she doesn't even necessarily believe that anything bad happened to anyone. Just
Yeah,
that,
she's
like,
just like, oh yeah, they became stars, and that's good.
yeah,
Mm.
just
She
not
has
a way
no
to go about with
concept
your
of
life.
mortality, and she needs that. I may be an old-fashioned clown, but I don't believe in people becoming stars.
In the original translation, this was just super like specific to one religion. Mo is just really shitting on. I'm not
Yes,
gonna say
the
what
clown
religion.
religion.
Okay, well, I mean, I wasn't gonna say the
Obvious-
clown religion, but okay.
I mean, obviously the clown religion.
Yeah,
He might
I'm
be
not
an
a fucking
old-fashioned clown,
clownist.
the clownology. Or no, that would be the study of clowns.
Oh god, I forgot I have to do the judge's voice.
Clownstrianity?
The court is now in session for the trial of Maximilian Galactica. I finally finished my food, so it'll be easier.
The prosecution is ready, Your Honor.
The defense is as ready as it can fucking be, Your Honor.
Wow, jovial. All right, very well, Miss Von Karma, you may proceed with your case.
The prosecution would like to revise its previous theory of events.
That's highly unusual, but okay.
We have discovered a new witness, or shall I say, a new eyewitness. One that saw Maximilian Galactica fly off the scene of the crime.
Colonel, I appear to be in some kind of law game. It seems that I am a defense attorney. Metal Gear Ace Attorney.
I'm
it's
getting-
never not funny to stick Snake in places he doesn't belong.
Oh, you're
Never
right.
not.
I appear to be in some kind of circus. It looks like they want me to stick my head into this lion. Well, I have gotten out of trickier situations. Oh God! He's smiling! Colonel! He's smiling!
Colonel, he's smiling!
I made
Snake,
sure to
what's
wear my
going on?
protective scarf.
Snake? Snake!
I was given this special bandana. It smells strange, but I'll wear it regardless.
It somehow makes my nose itchy. Doesn't make my nose itchy, but makes the lion's nose itchy, which is the biggest plot hole I've found.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I'm pretty sure there's a fucking bit of an issue there. Also, I don't know why my Snake voice is getting better, but shit, that was actually pretty decent.
I mean, practice.
Yeah, I was doing it a lot, to be fair.
Yeah. You just described the concept of getting better. I don't know why it's getting better.
Order. Wait. Order.
I'm not gonna do it for the whole time, but just for a little bit.
I had a feeling something like this would come up.
Oh, so this is what Snake did after MGS4?
He turns to the judge.
Is that what the judge would sound like if the beard wasn't covering his mouth?
Oh my god!
He wasn't
So
joking.
instead he should sound like Sam Elliott, just constantly chewing on his own mustache.
I'll do a Sam Elliott run next time. I'll do a Sam Elliott run next time. Don't worry.
There you go. That's all you need.
Yeah, exactly. Flawless.
Due to this revision, we are now prepared to explain how the defendant flew that night. An explanation the prosecution will present if the need so arises.
That's withholding evidence, but okay.
I do what I want, bitch.
In fact, my detective stayed up all night creating a mock-up of the scene on
Oh my
orders.
god. Poor Gumshoe. Time to get to work, or shall I say, time to walk the courtroom tightrope.
Nice one, Phoenix. Thanks, Phoenix.
Yeah, you're welcome,
Nah.
Phoenix.
It's funny because our witness can't walk anymore.
God. I'm pretty sure that the stand is, like, not designed to fit a wheelchair. It was
Oh
pretty
no,
small.
I very highly doubt that.
Not unless it has some kind of a lift to it or something.
They might have just brought
The
in a
birds are
different one.
below it, flapping
possible.
really hard, keeping the wheelchair up.
Oh yeah, just keep you in the air. Yeah.
And
Yeah,
name an
they-
occupation.
They genuinely just might have brought a different stand in,
Yeah.
or had this in a different courtroom.
Is this the first person who's just given his name and occupation, like, out the gate?
I believe so. Yes. Ken Dingling, but everyone calls me Acro. I'm employed as an acrobat at the Berry Big Circus.
Oh, where were you the night of the crime?
I was in my room that night. If you look at the map, you will see the witness. Oh,
Oh.
Oh, yeah.
The map, you will see the witness's room is near the crime scene.
No, don't worry, I've got this.
don't worry, I'll explain this one. My room is on the 3rd floor. The crime scene was below my window.
Your room's on the 3rd floor? What the fuck is wrong with that circuit? Well, I answer my own question.
Does the elevator work? No.
There is no elevator.
God. We really do need to be in court right now then.
They had to remove the elevator to create a series of tactically placed branches to allow Money the monkey to go from the 1st to 3rd floor. Meanwhile, I'm still in a wheelchair. They had this whole ramp idea, but they made it too steep. But the kids love it. They use it for a slide. It just like goes in a big circle. It's really shallow.
Oh God.
I told them, why not just put me on the 1st floor? And they said, quote, why not just put you on the very floor?
That's you. That's what you sound like. That's what they told me.
The night of the
So
crime,
glad they're dead. Not that I did it or anything.
the witness saw something quite shocking. Would you tell us what you witnessed?
Okay.
He's being very forthcoming, which I appreciate. Oh, by the way, why does our
Refreshing.
Magamata not work, or Magatama not work in the courtroom?
You know, the waves. The
okay.
rays.
There's so much bullshit that actually it can't focus on one person's bullshit.
Oh yeah, too many lies.
That's my headcanon. It just doesn't work because there's an overload of lies.
Fair enough.
It was just after 10 p.m. when I was resting in my bed. Around that time, I heard a large thump noise from outside the window. Then, a few moments later, I saw someone flying right by my window. It was Max Galactica. I only saw him from behind, but that's who it looked like. To be honest, when I saw that, I thought I was dreaming.
This witness's testimony matches up exactly with that of the, pardon my language, clown.
If that's the case, there's very little the prosecution need add. All that's left is to explain how the defendant disappeared into the night sky that night.
Mirrors, ropes, smoke, Before we get that far, I'd like to cross-examine the witness.
A foolish choice by a foolish fool who wishes to feel the foolish sadness of a sad fool.
I love her.
She's fucking great.
Yup.
Her shoulder pauldron things are shaped exactly like eggs.
Yes. Yes, they are.
They're just big ol' hard-boiled eggs.
Hey.
A man must know the proper timing for things, Mr. Phoenix Wright. Just like your old friend, Mr. Miles
Wow.
Edgeworth did.
Mr. Wright, do you have a problem with the witness's testimony?
In the words of Miss Von Karma, may I quote yesterday's proceedings?
There's no way that actually happened! Very well, you may proceed with the cross-examination.
Okay, so we can't press him on everything, so we have to think about
Not
this.
on everything, but you still can
Yeah,
press.
I know. So I have to think about this. So it was just after 10 p.m. and I was resting in my bed. Okay, no reason to assume
Yeah,
he
that
wasn't.
seems fine.
Around that time, I heard a large thump noise outside my window. Let me check the... Not that. 10:15.
Around that time.
Okay, fair enough. There's a bit of a gap, but alright. I heard a large thump noise outside my window. Then a few moments later, I saw someone flying right by my window.
It's Peter Pan.
I'm not presenting, I'm just looking.
Yeah, I know.
Where's the map? There it is.
Keep in mind that it's essentially laid out that way so that they can showcase the different floors on this flat map.
Okay, so
And essentially,
If
the
I'm-
logic
if I'm
is
understanding this
just one
correctly-
is just stories up.
just to the left of Acro's building, Max would have his back towards that wall, right? From this perspective. That's where he would have been, because he said he saw him from behind.
Yes.
Okay, I was trying to see if there was something wrong because his window was facing the wrong way, but no, that seems
No.
nothing's wrong about that. Okay, I saw someone flying right by my window. It was Max Galactica. I only saw him from behind, but that's who it looked like. I could press him on that, but I'm pretty sure what he would. Yeah, I'm pretty sure he's just gonna say something about the 3 sigils. Whatever the fuck.
That's fine, but it's at least something we can
Hold
start
it!
with.
Okay, no. The light in your room was turned off then, right?
That's true. I was going to bed after all.
So
Who
with the
sleeps
lights
with
off,
a nightlight, huh?
you were still able to clearly see a human fly by your window.
I was expecting Maya to chime in.
So
just,
why
"Oh."
was I never able to see Santa Claus?
Phoenix.
The safety lights lit things up enough for me to see.
Yeah, there'd be
That's-
like outdoor lights.
Unfortunate.
But honestly, there was only enough light for me to see the silhouette outside my window. It was the person's back, so I couldn't see the white roses on the front.
That's an interesting detail to add.
Did you see any of the other symbols?
I clearly saw the silk hat, as well as the cloak wrapped around his body. My birds reappeared. I'm convinced that the person I saw was Max Galactica.
The more I press him, the less results I seem to get. But maybe there was something fishy with his latest bit of testimony.
Nah, it's fine.
Was there a contradiction, though?
Yes.
He said he didn't see the white roses. Why would he even know they're there? Because he could assume the whole get up there. But still, that's a
But
weird detail.
here's the thing.
That's a weird detail to add.
Where did we find the silk hat again?
Oh, he wasn't wearing the hat. That's right.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he couldn't have flown off with it. He would have seen the hat either fly by and drop past the window if it just fell, or he wouldn't have seen the hat at all. That's right. That's what happens when you take too long of a break. You forget shit like that.
That's why I'm being like so heavy-handed with the hints.
There's a huge contradiction with the testimony that was just given.
If there's a contradiction, then prove it with evidence.
She's right. Let's see some evidence. Do you have any evidence to support your claim of a contradiction?
The silk hat found at the crime scene. Take that!
A symbol
Take
of
that!
Douglas fabulous.
All right, the
Take that!
fedora.
Fine.
The silk fedora.
You claim to have seen the exact same thing that Mo saw that night. Do you stand by that?
What do you mean?
The silk hat.
What about the silk hat? I saw it on Max's head as he flew by window.
Well, you should have tried looking down outside your window that night. It takes a
I
really
couldn't
long
get out
time
of
for me
bed.
to get out of my bed into my wheelchair that I'm in on the 3rd floor. Phoenix, Mo, oh, that's right.
That would have
yeah.
been quite difficult considering the state I'm in.
Christ,
Yeah, stop
Phoenix.
having such an ableist mindset, Phoenix.
Christ.
Just looking outside of the window was a tough enough challenge for me.
That's a shame, because you would have noticed the silk hat found on the scene.
That's the ringmaster's hat, right?
No? No. He was gaudy, but I mean, come on. No matter how you look at it, this is Max's silk hat.
Where are you going with this, Mr. Wright? Are you saying that Max has 2 silk hats?
Yeah, that's exactly what we're saying. Good job.
No. This is a handmade, one-of-a-kind model made only for Maximilian Galactica. Which means, Acro, that you have been fibbing on the stand. Good one, Phoenix. Yeah, his wheelchair's just kind of hovering there, by the way.
A little bit.
Order!
Like always, someone has to open their mouth before thinking.
You had it right the first time.
Are you okay, Nick?
Well, I opened my big mouth, and now I have to back it up.
How about it, Mr. Wright? What would cause the witness to commit perjury in this court today?
He has a grudge against Max. Acro was dreaming. Acro's the real culprit. That was something that we got told by Mo, but let's see.
Okay.
Did Macro have a grudge against Max? It seems everyone did. He also
But
refused to look
He
at the picture.
didn't have an issue with Max.
Yeah,
he
we don't-
had an issue with Regina.
We don't have proof that he had a grudge against Max specifically. Like, we don't have
Acro's
evidence.
dreaming. We don't have proof of that either.
No, we don't.
Acro's the real culprit's like literally the only thing I can say here.
Mm-hmm.
Because the only reason he would lie in that situation.
Is to cover himself.
I feel like a better thing to say here would have been like Acro is not complicit. Acro's complicit in the crime. That would have been a better thing to say, because I don't know if Acro did it, but let's see. Your Honor, on this occasion, the defense accuses Acro himself!
On this occasion,
All you
Obviously,
do
we
is
him
accuse
of-
people.
Pointing fingers! That's literally all you do. But god damn it, it gets the views.
Obviously, we accuse him of the murder of Mr. Russell Berry!
Mr. Wright, are you serious?
The old Wright bluff. Yeah, it's the 1-2, oh shit. That's what they call it. The 1-2, oh shit, why did I punch that tiger? Deadly serious, Your Honor.
I think your trips to the circus have served you well. You seem to remember how to try and grab at an audience's hearts and minds. I don't know why I'm stumbling over this all of a sudden. Your Honor, don't allow yourself to be swayed by theatrics. Trying to wow the crowd with smoke and mirrors is the oldest bluff in the book.
Really?
If you don't believe me, just look at the witness. He's calm enough for it to be almost scary.
This is so cute. Look
Look
at
at the
him.
birds. Look at the birds.
He is one good boy.
He's calm, neglected.
You don't talk about my friend.
Mr. Dingling! Do you have any response to the defense's accusation?
I don't really need to say a thing, do I?
What do you mean?
Everyone, take a good look at me. I can't even stand up by myself, let alone leave the lodging house, which is a separate issue.
Oh, that's true. I mean, like, we can also bring that up in court today while you're here if you want.
We can add it to the docket. Just, put it at the end. I understand that Mr. Wright is just trying to help his client. But to do this by accusing me of a murder of all things...
Listen, I had 3 options, and it was the only one that made the most sense.
There are only 2 crimes in this world. That was the one of them.
Murder and wiretapping.
See, even a
A
silver.
silver!
Oh.
See,
Huh.
this is why this shit trips me up sometimes.
No, yeah, I can't blame you for that.
Even a silver of common sense makes it clear the accusation is ludicrous.
It's like my favorite song from Mary Poppins. A spoonful of silver helps the medicine go.
Spoonfuls.
Oh.
I don't think he was trying to say even a sugar of common sense.
No, I know.
Yeah.
I got silverware on the head and I had to... She's right! Way to pick on the disabled, you heartless, cruel man!
Phoenix is a
But
No, keep that voice.
Phoenix is a poopy head.
I'm taking a screenshot of that real quick.
Of course.
A poopy head indeed.
I don't think I could... we need to save space for the final trial. There is only one more trial after this, right?
Yep, I think. Yeah.
We need to save space, so I'm not gonna put that on the collage, but
I
I will
like-
take a screenshot.
I like Square's headcanon there. Francesca's only ever read that phrase, so she's misread it all the time and has had no reason to doubt herself.
Oh shit, I had a phrase that I did that with all the time, and I don't even remember what now. It's gone. I'll try to remember it, but...
See that, Mr. Phoenix Wright? If you're trying to drum up support from the peanut gallery, that's how you do it.
Well, she's got my support as one half of the peanut gallery.
Yes.
And she's always had my support, obviously.
Well, yeah.
I think that's enough of this little game. I've got a doctor's note to confirm that Acro is unable to stand under his own power.
It's the fucking doctor from the previous case. The fake
Oh,
doctor.
God.
Yes.
Maybe the defense is planning on making a claim to counter this as well? I can hear the defense now. Acro had an accomplice.
Oh, good idea!
Okay. Let's just assume that he did have an accomplice. Who
Do
the
we have-
hell would he have?
Do we have anything to prove it? And if so,
No.
what the fuck?
No, we don't have anything to prove it, but who the hell would be accomplice?
Look through everyone you know.
Because who would want the ringmaster dead?
Who would want the ringmaster dead?
Because keep in mind, it's not framing Max. Like, they could have framed him for another crime, but this involved murder. Who would want him to murder someone? Or to
Max
murder...
wouldn't want it unless he's been lying, and that wouldn't make sense.
No.
So, Ben is like one of the only people I can think of.
And even then, it seems unlikely.
Would Mo wanted to become the ringmaster. That's right.
No, he didn't. He said he was considering becoming the ringmaster, since the ringmaster was dead. He even said himself in the earliest parts of the trial, he had the utmost respect for Russell.
I mean, like fucking Bat, but I don't exactly think Bat is.
Bat's in a coma.
Yeah, Bat's not a good accomplice.
Regina.
It was Regina all along.
Who's left?
I guess.
Yeah,
Check
how
your
about
evidence.
that? We don't have any evidence for an accomplice.
So of course he did.
Yeah.
Russell paid for Mo's wages out of his own pocket. That's right. You're right.
Yeah, I was
Yeah.
gonna say, like, there's no one who would be an accomplice.
Now then, this must be when we get to hear the name of the mystery accomplice.
Not this time, Von Karma.
What?
You're not gonna sucker me into this one.
What are you blabbering about, Mr. Wright?
There was no accomplice. Acro planned and committed this murder all by himself. Is that the video game? That's right, this is the video game. Welcome aboard. Welcome aboard, Kira.
What are you getting at?
Way to keep them on their toes, Nick.
That's clearly what we want to accomplish in this courtroom. Now all I have to do is figure out how the fuck it works. I have to show how Acro murdered Russell Berry.
Can you do it, Nick? Can you really do that?
I know what I can't do. I can't stop now. If I stop attacking, I'm doomed!
But you're a defense attorney!
Then let's do it.
as we all know, as the name implies, a defense attorney is always supposed to be on the attack.
Yes.
The best offense is a good defense.
Mr. Phoenix Wright.
I have both Pokemon Sword and Shield!
I am the legendary!
Did I tell you the story about contradiction?
If this witness is the killer, then his eyewitness account is all lies, right?
Connor, you sound like Crazy Dave from Plants vs. Zombies when you act like the jury. What? I don't even remember what the fuck he sounds like. It's been so long since I played Plants vs. Zombies.
Mr. Wright, I'd like you to clear up something for me. When the crime was committed exactly, where was Mr. Dingling?
Well, I don't think he could be on the 3rd floor. Assuming that
Now.
that he's not faking, assuming that he's completely legit, he's in a wheelchair,
Yeah.
he could not have been on the 3rd floor because he couldn't get down on his own.
But
He can't get-
But he
he
also
can't-
had no accomplice.
He had no accomplice, so he couldn't have gotten down from the 3rd floor on his own.
Yup. He had to commit the murder. If he committed the murder, he had to do it from the 3rd floor.
So what?
You're thinking too far ahead. Just
So-
go
I
step
mean, it's
by
hard to
step.
do that, but-
No, I know. I'm just saying, let's go step by step.
Okay.
We know that
hang
he
on,
can't-
Hang on. Let me think for a second. So,
Mm-hmm.
the photo we have of the crime scene shows Russell being dead on top of the box, the heavy box.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Hit on the back of the head with a blunt object.
So it couldn't have been that the box was dropped on him because he was on
No,
top of it.
he was on top of the box, correct.
No.
So
But there is a
what if-
pile of things that could have been dropped.
Exactly. I was gonna say, what if he dropped something and then fucking monkey went down and grabbed it and brought it back up. And even then, okay, yeah, you're right. One step
Yeah,
at a
let's
time.
take this step at a time.
One step at a time. If we try to figure it out all out too far, it won't
Ball.
go that well. Also, yes, ball.
Ball.
Oh.
He was obviously here the whole time.
That's Acro's room?
Pretty simple, huh? Acro wasn't able to leave the launching house by himself. There's only one answer to that. Acro didn't leave his room to kill the ringmaster.
What? Are you nuts?
Maybe.
What say you, Mr. Dingling?
The birds.
The birds. It's an interesting theory.
The whole time. That's it?
Considering that what you propose is quite impossible, yeah, that's it.
I love that clip.
Hmm.
Whoa, 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 whoa.
Mr. Wright,
Yeah?
as the witness has stated, your assertion is impossible. As he is in a wheelchair, there's no way he could go to the scene or be the killer.
You've got a point.
It seems you've forgotten once again, Mr. Phoenix Wright. The defendant was clearly spotted at the scene of the crime.
It's true!
The defendant doesn't have to also, like, be the murderer, though. Like, if someone was at the scene of the crime, it doesn't have to fucking be...
This is Phoenix Wright land.
Yeah, like...
If you have a trial and it doesn't end in a murder conviction, then you didn't have a trial.
Like, well, what I'm saying is that there could have been someone there who didn't murder them, is all I'm saying. Like,
Could there have been, though? Because remember, there weren't any other footprints.
Yep. Nobody was there.
Mo said that he saw Max, didn't he?
Maya, it's still impossible for humans to fly.
Wake up, Phoenix! It's 2018! People can fly!
My favorite anime, Dragon Ball, said you can.
Oh, Dragon Ball said you can. I thought you were implying Maya calls it Dragon Ball Z. That's how I
Oh.
pronounced it in my hometown.
Do you mind if I ask a question, Mr. Wright?
Well, I mean, that's improper as fuck, but go ahead.
I understand some of your logic. However, how do you think that I killed him?
Soy and subscribe for 8 months. Hey, Sherry is a dork. Thank you, Julia. Thank you, Julia. Everyone say thank you, Julia. And use your
Thank
favorite
you,
emote that Julia drew, which is all of
Thank
them.
Joel.
Everyone use your favorite emote that she drew, which is any of them. Go ahead, do it. Draw your best one.
Oh.
Put your best one.
While you're rousing the chat to do that, I'm going to take a little food outside to Manx because he's a fat ass and he's staring at me after just eating.
That's
Give
fine. I
those
wanted to go
knobs.
grab a soda anyways. So we're just gonna take a short break while everyone spams emotes in the chat. This is your one chance you get. You get to spam emotes, everyone. Go nuts. BRB. Okay, we're back, everyone. Nothing has changed. We're back exactly as we were. This is exactly how I looked before. We're continuing to play the game Phoenix Wright. Exactly as we were. Nothing has changed.
Nothing at all.
Not a thing. Oh. Light, it's okay. You're playing the video game. Have fun. Play the video game.
Let lightning
don't
tap
do
on the
it.
keyboard.
Okay. There you go, Light.
Kona is Kashit.
Is Marina here? Oh no, she's still muted. Alright,
Yes.
we'll wait a moment then. Oh, okay, never mind. We good.
I'm back.
Whew. Thank you all for using your favorite emotes. Makes me happy to see them. We're gonna get more soon, don't you worry. We're gonna get an edge-worthy emote.
Oh, good.
Alright.
If I can't leave my room, I obviously couldn't wear Max's costume.
Huh. How do you do it? That's the next course of this legal buffet.
Be careful, Nick. If you mess up here.
Absolutely perfect reading.
Yeah.
Be careful, Nick.
It's me, you need to careful you are.
Burger burrito.
I
Burger
think
it
a
up.
couple further around.
She's right. I can't mess up here. I've got to give this some serious thought. Is it like Michael Phelps, where like fucking she like channeling takes so much energy out of her that she needs to just like fill up on carbs and calories in order
Yes.
to actually be able to
Why
do
do
it?
you
So
say Michael Phelps specifically? That's all athletes.
well,
Yeah.
I'm remembering an SNL skit of the Michael Phelps diet.
Oh.
About how Michael
Okay.
Phelps would have like a giant stack of pancakes and waffles and a big thing of toast and a steak dinner and a giant like fucking set of food in the morning, and then people going like, "Whoa, the Michael Phelps diet! This is great!" And then you have to run 5 kilometers
Yeah. Have you ever
and
seen
do
what The Rock
100
eats?
laps in the pool.
Mm.
What does he eat?
A fuck ton of food.
Hell yeah!
Because I mean, in order to build that much muscle, you have to feed that much muscle.
Oh, yeah.
Because you're putting on weight. So,
All right. Will you stream
Anyway.
LA Noire after the Phoenix Wright series? You know what? Sure.
Mhm.
I've never
could
played
be
LA
fun.
Noire. I want to stream it. Yes,
Go
I will
ahead.
do that.
Fun.
yeah.
I'm sure that Acro killed the Ringmaster. And he killed the Ringmaster while he was in his room. No doubt about it.
Time to enlighten us as to how Mr. Dingling committed the crime, Mr. Wright.
Now, you do have evidence.
Try not to be so direct with it after this. I want to see if I can't figure this out on my own. Now I'm remembering a lot of the details. I'm just looking at it right now. How he could have committed the crime. It was the pepper!
Wait a sec. Do you only have 2 pages of evidence?
Apparently.
That's interesting because I don't see the evidence you need, but I know you should have it.
What is the
Is
evidence?
that a couple steps ahead?
I think you're a couple
No. No, I looked it up specifically.
Hang on,
Um,
it might-
is it a picture?
Maybe it's a picture. Check the
Can you-
court record again.
Yeah, can you check the court rector?
It should be one of the newer ones.
Crime photo. The bust.
Yeah, it's a picture.
Yup.
What?
Picture.
What?
Sorry, that was
What?
Nothing. Nothing.
How?
What do you mean, how?
Okay,
I'm gonna present some evidence.
consider. Blunt force is what killed the victim, right? Everyone claims to have seen Max, or at least the silhouette of
Rising
Max,
from the sky.
rising from the
Right-
sky.
right- Rising from
Oh
the ground
my
straight in.
god!
You thought that was gonna be fucking pointless, didn't you?
You figured it out?
I suddenly very clearly understand. I absolutely understand now. It's like the fucking Karumi or whatever. I don't want to actually spoil it. It's a certain trial in one of the Danganronpa games that was like that idea but done in a really stupid way. Yeah, okay, I get you now. Take that.
Yeah.
Take that. All right. Cool. I like how we waited for the bird to arrive.
Then had silence.
I think you should try again, especially before someone gets a chance to say something.
Yeah, you're probably right. So as a what?
Stop, wait, I say. Before you start over, you must be penalized.
Wait, what?
Yeah, okay.
Were we
listen.
thinking too many
I think you were thinking too far ahead. Let me try to figure this out.
Or maybe like looking too far ahead in the guide?
Yeah, let me try to figure this out. What did he use to commit the crime? Okay, let me try to figure this out.
That's what it is.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, we're thinking one step ahead. So, if the crime is laid out in the way that we're assuming it is, that all relies on one thing from the victim, right? Do you get what I'm saying? It's
One
not
thing from the victim.
Because if you're just going to dangle or drop a certain object that you're then going to pull back up, that relies on the victim.
Standing in a certain place, which means if someone were to be standing over this to open the box.
Okay, I just want to throw out there that
What did
As
we present,
we- as
did we
we've
present
made-
the circus map by mistake?
maybe because I know
I
I
presented the map. Oh, I thought I had
as I
everything.
okay as I mentioned, I always
Okay,
have a
yeah, no,
walkthrough up
yeah.
so we don't get caught.
Yeah,
That's
okay.
what we were
Oh,
supposed to
okay.
present.
Yeah, we presented the map by mistake. Okay.
Hey, maybe
Okay,
the
that had
picture
me
should
real
have
confused
different
for a second.
fucking sprites.
It is
Well,
indeed.
now-
The problem with the item that's shown in the picture.
The bust?
It's quite a large bust, and it's because it is life-size. It is also very, very heavy. Yeah, don't be so specific with the walkthrough of the future, because I'm getting tangled up in my own head on that. If I just looked through everything, I might be able to figure it out. Heavy enough to guarantee a certain death, especially if it was dropped from a third-story window.
The reason I specified checking your evidence there is because you wouldn't have looked at the photos for a murder weapon.
Fair enough.
That's why I gave you such heavy-handed advice. You wouldn't have gotten them. I didn't get there. I had to
See?
look it up myself.
See? This is how Acro was able to kill the Ringmaster, with the force of gravity and Maximilian Galactica's ample Ah, Christ, Phoenix.
Order! So, you're saying the bust fell onto the ringmaster?
A rather simple crime. Even if you were stuck in a wheelchair, it would be incredibly easy to commit.
How could you possibly wheel a wheelchair with something so heavy? It's impossible.
Well, Acro's an acrobat. That explains it. He should have more than enough upper body strength to carry something like the bust. But does the chair?
Has the chair been lifting?
Well, I mean, like, I feel like the chair might break. Like, we assume the bust weighs enough to fucking clock someone in the head and kill them.
Well, I mean, it's got to weigh enough to be able to handle like almost any weight of a person, despite like their height or size. Or
Yeah,
muscle
but
mass.
it's with the person and the weight, and it doesn't seem like a very strong wheelchair, to be honest. I think the circus paid for a cheap-ass wheelchair for them.
That's true, and they won't even pay for a fucking elevator that they're legally
Or
required
just
to
put
offer.
him on the first floor.
Yeah, or just put him on the first floor where there's already a bedroom. Jesus.
The bust used the thinker to kill the ringmaster.
Yes,
my God.
exactly. The bus went down and whacked him with the thinker.
Yeah, and then just flew back up. The bust is sentient. We're putting it on trial next.
Yes.
Mr. Dingling, how do you respond to these charges?
Well,
Acro's at a loss for words.
He should be. He knows I'm getting close to the truth. Your Honor, I'm just bullshitting! Well, Actor. Oh, fuck!
I'd watch what I say if I were you, Mr. Phoenix Wright.
What?
Your Honor, the physical health of the witness is material to this case. I demand that we get proper testimony from the witness himself.
Testimony, you say?
Fuck Karma. She's just using this testimony as a ruse to stall for time. There is absolutely no need for such testimony.
But I'm using this as a ruse to stall for time. The defense has its version of the murder. The prosecution has the right to respond.
The defense's objection is overruled.
Why can't he see things my way once in a while?
It's literally my job to not. Mr. Dingling, I'm sorry, but we need to testify about your physical condition. If you have any doubts about your ability to testify, we can request expert testimony.
The witness will have no problems. However, let's all be respectful towards him.
thanks.
Basic human respect, thanks.
That woman
Wow,
will
that's
sink to any low to win a case.
That's such a big deal. Thanks a lot.
Really means a lot.
God, I hate all of you. I suppose I could have lifted something the size of that bust. I do have a strong upper body from working as an acrobat, and only my legs were injured. However, lifting the bust and looking out of the window would have been impossible. There's no way I could have exerted that kind of force on my lower body. That makes it impossible for me to have known the location of the ringmaster's head.
Okay, here we're getting into it.
And then that's where I already know
That's
where
where
this
the
is going.
box, yes.
I
Yep.
absolutely know where this is going.
Yeah, like I said, I was only giving you the advice you needed to get to this point because it's so counterintuitive.
And then I accidentally let shit drop, and I'm sorry about that.
That's fine.
Accidentally dropped the bust on that one. Anyway.
Thus, it would be unrealistic for me to drop the bust on him, don't you think?
I have no doubts in regard to this witness's testimony.
It was impossible for him to lift the bus and carry it over to the window. Not to mention that he could not have known of the ringmaster's location. A single false step would have led to even more severe injuries.
That's what I was thinking. What is your opinion on the matter, Mr. Wright?
I'd still like to proceed with my cross-examination.
Not because I just wiped out for the past couple seconds. He's simply stalling. It's shameful, really.
I can't let her get to me. I gotta focus. Here we go. I already know where I'm going with this. It's amazing how much faster this goes when you don't press everything. Also,
Yeah,
I really
right?
like this song.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah.
Why do you say it would be impossible?
Allow me to explain. You accept that if I was carrying the bust, I couldn't see out below the window. Thus, there is no way I would know the location of the ringmaster's head.
Well, I suppose you've got a point.
Hey, Nick.
Huh?
What if you turn things around? Maybe if you think of it sort of like this.
Oh, okay.
If he knew the location of the ringmaster's head, then he could drop the bus.
That does make sense. Also, wow, Maya, that is actually insanely useful, and that's very coy and well done. God damn. That's
She's
the best
good at
written
planning
thing in this
things
case
with-
so far.
She's good at planning things when it comes to violence.
It's her best skill.
Instead
Yeah,
of thinking
next to
about
talking to ghosts.
who wielded the hacksaw, think about why did they deserve to be killed by a hacksaw? If only I could prove it somehow. That acro knew the location of the ringmaster's head without looking down.
I think I've already explained things sufficiently.
I'm gonna drop the bus on him, don't you think? Do I present here or? Okay, yeah.
Yeah, impossible
Yeah.
to know the location.
Not if you plant something for someone to
Take that!
wander up
Objection! Objection!
Take objection that!
That take objection that! Acro! You didn't really need to lean out of the window, did you?
What are you driving at, Mr. Wright?
She's taking up the fey mantle of going, turn the case around, idiot, from her
Yep.
sister.
Yep.
You already knew ahead of time where the ringmaster's head was gonna be. Quite precisely, I might add.
to. Your silly hinting at things is pointless. Mr. Phoenix Wright. Enough stalling. How about you show us some evidence?
I just did. But I did such a good job hinting.
Yes, hurry up and explain things, Mr. Wright.
Maybe you should take a look at this. The key point here is the quote-unquote wooden box.
The same wooden box that the victim was found hunched over?
The same. The question is, who placed a wooden box here?
Who?
When Ben and company saw the ringmaster, they didn't see him holding the box, which means that this wooden box was already placed at the scene of the crime.
Yeah, especially since they mentioned that it's 20 pounds and the ringmaster was a slightly older gentleman,
Yeah.
you know, middle-aged, so that probably, you know, would be visible.
Shit, he's got a point.
The moment that the bus came falling down was exactly the same moment that the ringmaster lifted up this wooden box. The thinker put the box there. It was Larry. All these good theories, which means that the answer to all these questions is now crystal clear.
You mean?
Yeah, not a question mark, exclamation point, she's just calling us mean. You mean?
You mean?
If the bus were to fall upon the point marked out by the wooden box,
There would be no way that I could have missed the head of the victim.
Boy, would that be awkward if it just like dangles down. You're like, oh, I didn't feel I hit anything. Hang on, or it's just
Try again.
Damn it.
like a claw machine.
Oh my
Just
god.
comes back up. Oh, damn it, no blood.
Try again.
meanwhile, like, well, this box is real heavy.
Actually,
20
Oh, I
pounds.
dropped my keys. Oh, no.
Max is taking his flying lessons real serious today.
Russell should have lifted with his legs rather than his back, then his head would have been safe. Good point.
Yeah.
Order! This is unbelievable!
Finally, some of these loose ends are starting to tie themselves up. Now I just gotta keep going. There's only one way to go from here. Forward.
So the next question I have is, who placed the wooden box at the scene?
It was Mr. Dingling, of course. He connected it to a rope, and then all he had to do was lower it down. Fuck!
Allow me to whip some sense into you.
Oh.
Mr. Phoenix, right?
Ow!
The ringmaster's head could have been anywhere when he lifted the box.
That's why the box was so specially made!
Specially made?
Indeed. It had the most peculiar feature, the weight of the box.
The contents. It had a single.
The box had a remarkable weight, much like the victim.
Wait.
According to the court record, it weighs 20 pounds.
Just to lift up this wooden box would have required...
Oh, I see. One would have to squat down, then lift it up with their body, wouldn't you say?
I mean,
I
if
mean-
they're complete cowards and they have no upper body strength, then yeah.
Or they don't try to, like, just crouch down and lift with their legs, but... That's exactly what I was trying to point out. The box is also very large.
The box also had carrying handles.
Oh, okay, alright.
Yeah, that's why you would do it, but you don't have to.
The box also had carrying handles on either side, doesn't it?
That's correct! To lift up the box, you'd have to squat! Which means that no matter who you are, your head would be approximately in the same place! Also,
And if
there
you
was a
got-
red X marked put head here!
Fool!
even bother to listen to me anymore?
I've heard what you have to say. I must admit, I'm shocked at your imaginative skills.
Did you drop it? Did you drop the bust onto the...
That's not the judge. Are you, no, that's...
Did you drop the box onto the bust? What are you talking about? Even if I wanted to do such a thing, I couldn't.
What?
Mr. Wright, do you recall the original location of this bust?
Nah.
I can also tell you right now there is no penalty.
I kind of forget.
Nick! Don't tell me you're losing your memory already!
No.
Hey, stick out your head a little! I've got
What?
just the thing! Amaya! Kick!
Oh no! Hang on, I want to take a screen cap of a Maya kick. I really do like that.
She has been watching her Dragon
Destructo
Ball Z.
kick!
A Maya kick.
Enough of that! No horseplay in this courtroom, and no kicking the defense attorney! One thing is fine, though. According to the court record, the bus, quote, disappeared from the cafeteria, unquote.
What?
Oh, Discord.
No, that wasn't Discord. That was the game.
Oh. I'd like you to remember one important fact, Mr. Wright. I could not possibly leave the lodging house by myself.
Ah! That means...
You understand what I mean, don't you? I may very well have been able to drop the bust from my room. However, how would I have gotten the bust from the cafeteria to my room?
The monkey.
I was gonna make that joke, but
A
I was like,
monkey!
don't spoil it!
The monkey.
You see, Mr. Phoenix Wright, explain that. Don't forget, you said you could.
But you can't arrest a monkey. Ah!
He wasn't in the profiles!
Tell us exactly how the witness would have carried the bust from the cafeteria.
Yeah, because my workmates are jerks, and they kept me on the 3rd floor. Yeah, Jesus, we still haven't
Yep.
addressed that.
Yep!
I'd like you. Yep, we definitely have a problem here. Phoenix Wright, Ace Attorney.
In one goddamn frame, just, yep. We got a problem.
But this is no place to get perplexed. I've got to get my wits about me and prove how things happen once and for all.
All right, Mr. Wright, let's hear your explanation. How did the witness get the bust from the cafeteria back to his room?
A monkey!
The monkey! The monkey! The monkey!
Pretty strong monkey,
A monkey!
too.
Monkey!
I mean,
Take that!
what is he, a chimpanzee?
This is a monkey.
A monkey!
I'm so glad I timed that well.
Everyone knows money. He loves shiny objects of any size.
For instance, he stole the ventriloquist's ring.
So, are you saying the witness had a monkey steal the bust?
Of course he didn't order the monkey to steal it. The monkey stole it on his own and then brought it back home. Oh shit, we're finally getting to him.
Home?
Money lives in Acro's room.
But the bust was bronze, wasn't it? Bronze isn't all that shiny.
Yeah, that's
It's
bronze.
literally fucking shining. It's literally shining in every possible way. It is fucking glowing. Maybe you should put the whip down sometimes and read the court record.
My, those are some very nice cards he's holding.
Yep, and they're made of platinum, which
Holy
is very shiny. Also, stupid expensive. Christ!
Wow. Jesus.
Yeah, if I were a monkey who stole things all the time, I probably would steal that note regardless of its size and weight.
Fuck yeah!
Acro! Money is a strong monkey, right? It'd be
Well, he
easy
is
for
a
him
monkey,
to bring the
so-
bust back to you!
If he wasn't able to handle that himself, I'd be on the market for a new roommate.
Order Miss Ron Karma! Where is the bus in question at the moment?
I don't know. We're searching for it as we speak.
This is a strange turn of events. If that monkey did not steal the bust, then what happens to this case?
It's inside of the fucking tuba. Well, in that event, something else must have been used as the murder weapon.
Well, Or maybe this bust was the murder weapon, but it was used by accident.
That's possible. Maybe Acro saw Money's mountain of stolen goods and thought to use one of them. So not by accident, but incidentally.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyways, I think we've more than proven one critical fact. Namely, that it was entirely possible that Acro was the murderer.
Moron!
Mr. Wright's argument was so circular I'm a bit dizzy. However, his argument does hold water. There's no denying that. Fuck!
Don't seem so flamboozled, especially by this fraud of an attorney.
Flamboozled!
Flamboozled.
Fraud.
You've forgotten the absolute most important thing, Mr. Phoenix Wright.
And what is that?
You should know.
What, did she just whip the camera?
You
She
forgot
whipped
that you're,
time backwards so that we could get this testimony again.
you forgot that your fraud of a magical client was spotted at the scene of the crime.
Oh!
There is no reason to doubt the clown's testimony.
That's true. How do you respond to that, Mr. Wright?
Nick, don't let her beat you now.
And she's been beating me this entire time with a whip.
Yeah, but not right now.
When the murder occurred, there were two people at the scene of the crime. One of them was the victim, Russell Berry, and the other one was the murderer himself.
Sorry, I gotta go back for a second. Did you whisper something really quietly after, but not right now?
I said thank you to Dad, who brought me my court ice cream.
Oh,
Oh.
okay. I thought you were whispering something as Maya.
So now everyone just gets to imagine Francisca's just eating some delicious ice cream in the middle of
And how do you explain yourself, Mr. Wright?
I don't know.
Mr. Phoenix Wright.
You're right. There's no reason to doubt a clown's testimony.
Answer this and only this, Mr. Phoenix Wright. The clown saw the murderer. Who was it then?
Now,
Let me think.
Yay.
The clown saw the murderer.
Because you have all the pieces already to be able to figure this
yeah,
out.
you do. Now,
Okay, let me
keep this in mind.
let me try to figure it out.
There were no footprints.
There were no footprints. If there were no footprints, how does that
What
work?
could he have seen?
And we know what was there.
Mm-hmm.
We
There
know
was
the
a
bus was
bust
there.
and the box and the silver spoon. Okay.
The
And getting that
Magatama.
The clown
Yeah, the
saw
Magatama.
the clown saw the murderer. Who was it then?
I guess another thing too is, in what state was the victim when he arrived at that crime scene? That he's not in that photo.
Max claimed that he was wearing the cloak, but that doesn't. What? Not where? Where's the crime photo?
The cloak and the hat is what he said he was wearing.
Yeah, he didn't have the rose.
I only tell you that because it's a tiny jump in logic as to how it relates to the bust.
If the clown
Or if I-
saw the murderer, then I mean, like again, are we now
By-
establishing that people saw the fucking bust fly up?
The bust, yeah.
So that's what I have to present.
Yes.
Yeah. There's
Okay.
a little
Okay.
more to it than that, but yeah.
Take that.
As
Take
far
that.
as he knows, he saw the murderer, but what did he actually see? That's what you need to present.
He saw Max's.
I asked who was the other person Mo saw on the scene. That evidence has nothing to do with the question.
Au contraire, mon... Oh, hang on, wait, no, I gotta read that one more time. Au contraire, mon frere, it does indeed have something to do with the question.
AU. My Phoenix Wright AU, where everyone's French, and that is all that has changed.
I'm so sorry, Graz, I'm so sorry.
Well, he said he hates you, so... enjoy that, I guess.
For the record, I wasn't really looking at chat when trying to figure out the solution there because I knew people were trying to spoil it.
Well, I mean,
Always a good idea.
I do believe that most of these people haven't played the games and they're just spitballing ideas. However, that said...
It's fine.
Yeah.
I don't look at the chat until I figure it out myself unless I'm really struggling. Mo
Yeah.
said that he saw Max's silhouette. But he did not actually see the man himself. It wasn't a human being he saw. So yeah, I wait until after I present evidence to check the chat. It's simple, really. What Mo actually saw that night was Max's bust.
What are you talking about? Are you trying to use your brain at all in this case?
I have no idea.
The silhouette he saw just happened to be wearing a cloak.
That's a really, real sounding slam. Listen.
Yeah.
It sounds like it was actually, recorded, like one of the fucking writers getting pissed. There's no reason why you couldn't attach a cloak to the bust. Or a cloak like that could easily get snagged on the bust if they came into contact, which is why the hat would be left at the scene.
And this is what I meant by it's a little, not a jump in logic, but a little convenient that the cloak would just happen to get caught exactly on the bust that it looks like.
Yeah.
And maybe it wasn't on there exactly because it was just the silhouette everyone saw of the cloak dangling from it.
But still.
And if it was
Yeah.
real night.
Idiot! Who in their right mind would put a cloak on a bus?
It doesn't matter who put it on the bust. Just wait a minute now, Mr. Wright. Who put the cloak on the bust? That question is of utmost importance to this case, don't you agree? No, he got me. So let's have it, Mr. Wright. Who put the cloak on the bust? The bust?
Who?
It would have had to have been Acro incidentally or Russell incidentally. I guess Acro is the closest we can get. I mean, it wasn't fucking money.
No, it was not money.
So I guess it was Russell incidentally then?
So, considering that we've established that Russell had the cloak and the hat.
Yeah, it's the only way that could incidentally have happened.
Uh-huh,
So
'cause
I
it
see
wasn't-
I see what you mean by jump in logic, yes.
Yeah.
Take that. Take that!
Like I said, that's why I'm so ham-fisted today. Ow.
You are saying it was the victim himself? Russell Berry?
That's what I'm saying!
The victim himself placed the cloak on the bus?
Not as such. Place the cloak on the bust isn't really the right way of putting it.
Then what would be the right way of putting it, Mr. Wright?
Explain yourself!
Nick, do you really have a handle on all of this?
I have no idea!
Never.
There's really only one picture I can paint anyways. Alright. So you want to know what really happened that night? Let's step back in time.
What are you doing?
Acro used a rope to lower the wooden box into the scene. Then he attached that rope to the bust and dangled the bust out of his bedroom window directly above the wooden box. At the same time, the ringmaster told Max to wait in his room and went to the scene. Of course, at the time, the ringmaster was wearing Max's costume. Perhaps he didn't want anyone to recognize him that night. But just as he feared, he was spotted at the entrance of the lodging house by none other than the ventriloquist and his puppet, Ben and Trillo. When the ringmaster arrived at the scene, he bent over to lift the wooden box. And that's when Acro took his chance and released the rope. Now this is where magic happens. At the very instant the bus hit the victim,
Yeah. It's like I'm there.
You wait just a second there, Mr. Phoenix, Wright.
I agree.
As much as you try, as much as you scheme, this just can't be true. It just isn't. It can't be true.
Now,
It's still a little early to be getting so upset, Miss Von Karma. Like your dead dad would, Miss Von Karma.
I'm imagining that Phoenix had a photo and then he just doodled the club moving.
No,
So it was like this.
He spent 10 minutes to go grab, to go make copies of the photo, and he just cut
do a
the
flip
cloak
book?
out very carefully,
Oh.
and then we just, place it on the table, and then, watch this!
I love that we all have equally stupid ideas. They're all different. 'Cause mine was just a flip book animation.
Yeah, he just made a little animation, like a sticky notebook. Like, this circus isn't over yet!
Eh?
It looks so bad.
Father!
With the shock of the impact, it threw the cloak up into the air, and then it got snagged on the bust. That's when the sound was heard by the witness, and he took a look out of his window. That witness was, of course, Lawrence Moe Curls the clown. When Moe looked out of his window, the cloak had already snagged into the bust. Now, having completed the crime, Acro naturally went about pulling up the murder weapon. Of course, he had no idea that Moe saw the bust being raised along with the cloak dangling on it. Primarily because in his wheelchair he couldn't see out of the window, so he just kept pulling the bust up.
So implementing Max in this crime was kind of an accident.
Yes, because he didn't really have anything against Max.
Yeah.
And that's how the magical murder disappearing into the sky came to be. That's an appropriate sound. Now you know how the murder actually took place. And now you know who was able to drop the murder weapon from above the scene. Acro, it could only have been you!
Okay, cool.
I kind of want to get freakout pictures if he has a freakout, but I need this room for the final trial, so I'm just gonna leave it.
I don't remember him having them. I think his whole thing is that
He's
Yeah, I don't
cool-minded.
think he does either.
yeah. And reasonable.
Acro's been playing mind games with all of us.
He sure has, but he has come to the end of his rope now.
So,
There are a lot of components in this crime which could have gone wrong. Fuck yeah!
It's just like any Phoenix Wright crime.
Yep.
What now?
you've graced us with a rather long-winded tale. But do you have any evidence to prove that this fairy tale is true?
But what's evidence?
In this court, only two things matter: the power of evidence and the power of knowledge.
I mean, when she's right, she's right.
Don't forget the power of my gavel as well. Mr. Wright, the prosecution brings up a good point. Can we see some evidence?
Nick, they say they want evidence.
I just explained how there can only be one possible murder method, but there's still something unusual about Moe's eyewitness account.
Unusual?
A contradiction, actually.
Okay then, use that and get out of this jam.
That's enough talking amongst yourselves. Proceed, Mr. Wright. Present some evidence to the court that backs your claim.
I want hard proof that you have unraveled the trick of this magic. Okay, let me think about this. Alright, let me think about this. So, hard proof that you have unraveled the trick. So, the trick was the box was there. Then we have the notes, which...
Well, I think the trick is referring to the magic disappearing criminal. So,
I mean,
the
hat was
contradiction-
still there.
yeah.
So, okay, I don't remember what his testimony was.
Mo's testimony was he saw Max in the cloak and the hat fly away. But the contradiction that we proved earlier was that the hat was left over. So that's the remaining contradiction. He saw the hat fly away, and with the Magatama, not reacting after the court, we can prove that he does genuinely believe that. He saw that.
So the
hat was still there.
I don't
So
think
that's the
presenting the hat
contradiction.
is enough. Is it?
It could be.
That's a
The
lot
other-
of damage.
It is. Do you want me to give you the answer, or do you want to figure it out yourself?
I'm assuming it's a silk hat because that's the only thing that's left over. Because I think presenting the note in shape.
There is one other option, but it's the same, difference.
Presenting the note, I think we're just jumping the gun right now.
Yeah, it is.
Take that! The problem is Max's 3 symbols. The silk hat, the cloak, and the white roses. Those symbols were a problem numerous times during yesterday's proceedings. Yesterday, there were 2 contradictions in Mo's testimony.
The silk hat was one, the white roses were the other.
But the theory I just presented explains all of these contradictions.
You fool! Do you ever shut up?
Max's silk hat was found on the scene of the crime.
It's
However,
endearing!
remember what Mo said yesterday? He testified that the criminal he saw was fleeing the scene with a silk hat. There's only one explanation for that. The silk hat that Mo saw was actually the bust.
Makes sense. You look at it that way, that he did see the silk hat. Well, sort of.
Fine, you've got one, but what about the other contradiction?
The other contradiction.
Remember what the ventriloquist said in court. He said that he witnessed white roses on Max's chest that night.
I have a theory, and it's really stupid.
But the clown's testimony doesn't match.
I have a really stupid theory.
The clown said that there were no white roses.
I mean, technically, we already know the answer to this.
I'd like to see you try and explain that one away.
Can you do it, Nick?
Of course, I can explain all of it.
What was that?
Please recall the instant when the cloak snagged onto the bust. Oh, it snagged backwards, okay.
Which we saw in that beautiful animation.
If the cloak snagged onto the bust, what happened to the white roses?
Daddy, hug me.
Do you
Why
get
does
it?
the cloak have a voice?
Good point. If the cloak snagged... Also, that also explains why Acro would have claimed that he saw the white roses as well.
Yeah.
Even though Mo said that he didn't, because it was facing towards Acro. So if he was just
Yep.
trying to modify what he saw to make it make sense with Mo's story, then he would have added that detail, because that's literally what he saw.
Yep.
If the cloak got snagged onto the front of the bust, it means that the white roses would end up on the back of the bust!
Ah!
Which explains why Mo didn't see it. The white roses were not visible because they were on the back side of the bust.
My favorite Persona 4 Golden Sun.
Backside of the bust? Oh no.
This is quite the shocking state of affairs.
Bust the case.
Mr. Wright's theory sounds a bit absurd to me. However, let's just keep going down this road for a while and see where it leads.
No, okay, that bust the case line was so lame I have to do Mo's laugh.
Perfect.
Just keep going, let him do it.
This has to come to its natural conclusion.
No, it does. It really does. It really
Just
doesn't.
fetal position.
No.
Alright, I'm done.
Let's do this, Nick. Then but throw in the towel.
She looks primed and ready to throw that fucking towel directly at her skull.
Well, so much for that theory.
Mr. Wright, do you mind?
What is it?
You took the time to research our circus, didn't you?
Well, yes, I did. Is there something making you think I didn't?
If you did, then maybe you'll understand why I think you're off track.
Why is that?
Motive?
What?
This witness feels an incredible debt of gratitude towards the ringmaster.
Motive is the one thing we have an ample supply of. I guess
Is it, though?
we haven't proven
From
that yet.
Acro?
From Acro.
Yeah, Acro would be pissed off at. Wait, no, you're right.
Yeah, not the ringmaster.
At Regina. Hang on. Okay, wait.
We'll
Yeah,
wait
he
for it
has.
to occur to
He's
you.
shown nothing but admiration for for the
Yeah,
ringmaster.
he was like a father figure to him.
Yep.
Okay, I think I might have an idea of how that could piece together, but I'm just gonna let this play out.
Anyone with any relation to the circus is well aware of this.
No.
Thus, there is absolutely no way someone like this would kill the ringmaster. Your Honor, I'd like you to hear Acro's story.
In due time, I'm busy cracking my whip.
I get it.
Has it finally dawned on you? Very sad if it has.
Oh, I understand now.
Well, let's see it unfold.
Oh, that's so fucking sad. Jesus.
It is very sad.
Yes, it is.
Oh, man. Let's hope everyone gets what they deserve.
Learn about his relationship with the ringmaster and his life up until now.
What do we do? There's no doubting that Acro deeply respected the ringmaster.
Acro's motive.
It seems that this case isn't over yet. Very well. However, I feel this is a good place to take a break. I'll listen to the rest of Mr. Dingling's testimony after recess. This
Okay.
court will now take a 10-minute recess.
And in doing so, since I won't be voicing anyone for a moment, I am going to grab a snack.
Good idea.
You enjoy that. Be continued.
Yeah,
Right
I
now.
understand now. I understand.
Yeah. Watch Gumshoe show up.
Oh, God. I can't believe it's Acro! It's pretty shocking, isn't it? It definitely is. And that's and to think that he was always the most straightforward one of the group. Jeebus, unbelievable.
Jeebus.
I believe that's you. Oh.
Acro tried to pin the murder on you on purpose.
He did?
Oh dear.
My. He's just a little twerp, ain't he?
Well, that's one way to put it.
I fucking knew it. I
my
fucking
God.
called it. I fucking called it. The second time there was
Austin!
in that head, I was like, oh wait, I remember this interaction.
Austin!
Yes, I can hear you. Shut up. I can hear you from the other goddamn room.
That was the point.
See, I
Eat
made
your
a joke
face.
about watch Gumshoe show up, and then he
And
did.
now, here is a gumshoe.
Here's Gumshoe.
Hey, pal. You gotta ignore me after I went through all this trouble to bring you some evidence.
I found a book in Acro's room called Murder 101. So that's all. Bye. Pal.
Pal.
Ah! Detective Gumshoe!
Forget it. I'm going home. This guy deserves to be guilty anyways.
I
Yeah.
agree.
Yeah.
Gumshoe is the fucking hero that we all deserve.
Now, detective, I'm sorry. Now, why don't you relax a little?
Nah, fuck this guy.
We got some really tasty mail!
How about a card trick, detective?
dog.
well, if you insist.
Maybe it is.
I guess I can get this guy off the hook.
Now about that evidence you mentioned, what is it?
Here you go.
How the fuck did you get it?
Huh? This was yesterday in Acro's room.
Yeah, the result of our investigation. You can look at it later. It's not important yet.
Won't Von Karma be mad that you're doing this?
Fuck her.
Yeah, that's why this is all a secret.
Huh?
Look, details are on a need-to-know basis, and we're not really allies or anything. But everything that's happened in court up until now has gone according to our plan.
Von Karma looked like she was in a pretty big hurry, though.
Yeah, you'll figure it out eventually, pal. Yesterday, our final plans were put into place.
Final plans.
It reminds me, I've got a message from the prosecutor for you.
It reads, and I quote, "Ah!"
No, he just unfolds He unfolds a little piece of paper, and a whip just jumps out of the paper and smacks Phoenix.
It's like a fortune cookie sized piece of paper. I got a message for you. It's as follows, and then unfolds it. And it just keeps unfolding. It's like a roll of toilet paper just keeps falling down. It's just like, you know what? I'm just gonna give this to you, and you can read it on your own time. It might take a while.
You look at it, it just says, fuck.
Just like really big letters across it.
Judgment comes at the very last instant. That's it. And that's it for me too, pal. I'm fired. I'm going home.
Also,
Fuck this game.
1 second. Fuck it. Bye, I'm leaving.
What do you mean by that? The very last instant part.
Huh. Everything you said seems pretty cryptic to me. Okay.
Oh yeah, one more thing.
Don't scare me like that!
I will scare you however I want, small child. It looks like there's a large care package from the circus for the defendant.
Hang on, I gotta find the Alice voice again. Did I tell you about time? My buddy Keith drove his car off the cliff. For me?
It's milk.
What is
Sweet
with the
gumdrop.
milk? What is
Never
with
changed.
the fucking milk?
The reception area looks like some kind of dairy.
It's the nectar of the
So,
cows.
Hurry up and drink it before it spoils.
An entire dairy's worth of milk from me? Was he a fucking cow farmer? Was he a
Yes.
fucking dairy farmer? Is that why? Alright, here we go
Probably.
again.
This court is now in session. Shall we continue our proceedings? Ms. Von Karma, please continue from where you left off.
I'd like to continue with Acro's testimony, starting with his relationship with the victim. I'd also like to get proof from the defense. Proof of what kind of motive Acro could have had to commit this crime.
I think Von Karma knows exactly what happened, and that's why she's harping on this.
Understood. Now, Mr. Dingling.
Oh, sorry, I was drinking.
Milk?
Yes, Your Honor.
Please proceed with your testimony.
Finally, we get to the motive. Wait, Nick, are you okay?
The milk! It was bad!
Just do me a favor and don't ask questions you don't want them.
No. Phoenix is lactose intolerant.
Connor, stop! Jesus Christ. Holy shit, dude. You are on stream. Twitch would be well within the rights to ban you.
Well, if you weren't banned for my
Just on
description of the burger, for the,
The
of the description of the burgerito yesterday, I think you're gonna be good for most instances.
God.
When we were little, we were abandoned by our parents. That's when the ringmaster of the Berry Big Circus, Russell Berry, took us in. I became an acrobat at around 9 years old. I wanted to find a way to repay the ringmaster. That was my sole purpose in life.
What? We can't fucking press anything on that.
You're such a thoughtful young man.
As you heard, the witness deeply respected the victim. I wonder how anyone could think that Acro could kill the man he held in such esteem.
You are absolutely right. How could anyone think of that, Mr. Wright? Which is why there's no need for a cross-examination, is there?
Actually, that's the question I'm trying to answer myself. Why would Acro kill the ringmaster? This might be my last chance to answer that question.
Now,
I mean, I was gonna say, I think there's no downside in cross-examining if I just blast through it.
well, there's no downside either which way. It's just, it'll get you to the same point.
In that case, sorry, dude. There's no need to cross-examine this witness.
What the fuck?
Why was the ringmaster murdered? There's no need to delve into that bit of testimony when I know the answer already.
Mr. Wright, I'd like to ask you a question.
Go ahead, Your Honor.
What was Acro's motive for killing the ringmaster? How about it? Can you explain that to me?
I can't provide one because he didn't have one.
Mm-hmm. We don't have one in evidence.
Nick?
Yeah, I didn't even have to think about it. It was obvious from the start. Your Honor, the reason that Acro killed the Ringmaster is something that can't be proven. What? That's because Acro had no reason to kill the Ringmaster at all. Fuck!
Your foolish attempts to fool us like foolish fools are so foolhardily. Did you forget? You made an accusation against this witness, did you not?
These two things can Yeah, these two things can coexist.
I believe it
No.
If you want to jump to the end of things, then yes, that sounds about right. The end of things? Acro, you didn't plan to kill the Ringmaster at all, did you? The Ringmaster wasn't your target that night.
What did you just say?
I'm saying the target of this witness's murder plot was not the Ringmaster. He did not plan to kill Russell Berry. If there's anyone in chat who's still not sure what's going on,
Well, you'll
then-
figure it out.
yeah, it's
Yeah, you'll see
very
soon.
clear. I understand though.
Bailiff, I don't care who it is. Smack anyone who's loud in the face twice if you want. Oh, fuck, Bailiff. That was me. I'm the judge.
He was trying to kill Larry all along.
Mr. Wright, what in the world are you trying to do to my court? Fuck!
Mr. Phoenix Wright, what in the world are you trying to do to his court? Are you attempting to imply that Acro was trying to kill someone else?
Bada bing, bada boom, bada take that!
If only he was successful.
Very.
Take that!
Regina Berry?
He wasn't, no, Kraz, he wasn't trying to kill Max's clothes. Remember, he didn't see out the window. He didn't see who he was trying to kill. He specifically planned for one person to arrive, and it wasn't the right person because Regina's a goddamn idiot.
Mm-hmm.
This young girl is the ringmaster's daughter, correct?
Acro, you were really aiming for her that night, weren't you?
You don't need to answer that. It's a mean-spirited leading question. He's a big
That's-
meanie.
It's actually a good point, though. It is a very leading question.
Yes,
You
it
could
is.
easily answer this question. If I'm wrong, all he has to say is you're wrong. That's it.
That's it, huh, Mr. Phoenix Wright?
Enough! Mr. Wright, allow me to. Fine!
The only thing allowed to interrupt me is death itself.
Oh my god!
What?
And that goes for you too, Mr. Phoenix Wright. Show me evidence, now. I want to know why Acro would want to kill Regina Berry.
We have evidence.
Yeah, me too. I demand to see some proof. Present evidence that proves Acro was out to kill this young girl.
Okay,
So, if
I don't know if I want to
admit
present motive or if the letter.
I mean,
Because the other thing I could present
think-
is
I'll
is
check the
bad.
letter again.
I can present bad, but
we should go with evidence itself, because they're specifically asking for
evidence,
evidence. Also, so if I admit to attempting to murder this stupid child, will I get like a holiday or something?
I
I think everyone would be cool with that, right?
take that. Take that. Fine. Acro, do you have any recollection of seeing this?
That's...
It's a piece of paper that we found inside of the ringmaster's tailcoat.
Inside the victim's tailcoat.
Acro wrote this note. It's ironically entitled To the Murderer. Its purpose was to call someone to the plaza at 10 p.m.
What?
Wow,
What if he was writing to the murderer,
Chad is,
and it was like fuck, and then it just changed.
So, Jets, I gotta admit, I'm disagreeing with all of you right now. Just like, everyone's like, oh, Acro is such a monster, you want to kill a 16-year-old. First off, I think the 16-year-old kind of...
Hang on. You will understand why. You will understand why
Yeah,
when we get
no.
to it.
I understand why, and I don't even disagree with him, but everyone's like
reserve-
now defending Max. Like,
Chad,
oh, so Max is a monster for loving a 16-year-old, but he's okay for wanting to murder one? No, they're both bad. It's just
Chat-
Acro's a
Chat,
decent
reserve your judgment until we reveal everything, trust me. Because I don't know what's going to happen, but I've figured everything out now.
So you're saying that he called Russell Berry with that note?
There's just one little problem.
Problem?
Acro did indeed place the note into someone's pocket. However, that someone was not the ringmaster!
You mean it wasn't for the...
That's exactly what I mean. That person, the person this note was intended for, was none other than Regina Berry! What the hell is happening? JoJo's Ghost? It's a whole case of child murder, but thank you for the bits, appreciate it.
Order! Mr. Wright, this little theory of yours.
It's the truth, Your Honor. It isn't a theory. Simply put, Regina didn't think the note was meant for her, which is why the morning of the crime she placed it on the cafeteria bulletin board.
That's when her father, I mean the ringmaster, read the note?
That's correct. The ringmaster ended up in the plaza instead of Regina. And he was killed because of that mistake instead of Regina.
That's incredible.
Remember the testimony that Acro gave us earlier? Oh shit. Lifting the bus. I can't do anything for him. Lifting the bus and looking out of the window would have been impossible. There's no way I could have exerted that kind of force on my lower body. If I were to do that, I'd end up falling out of the window myself.
I don't remember if Phoenix had a specific voice for all of, like, the handsome voice characters.
I'm not sure either.
It's been so long.
Acro had
It's been
no
so long
idea
since we had a character like that.
who it was that arrived at the plaza.
It's been so long since we had a decent character, you're saying?
Have an annoying voice.
In general, yes. Because he couldn't look down out of his window to see who it actually was.
I've got it. Acro thought it was Regina down in the plaza.
And that's when he let the bust fly.
Hey, Nick. Isn't Regina listening to all of this from the audience?
She is.
Why do you...
Unfortunately, it's only gonna get harsher from here.
Why do you think Mo wanted her to hear?
Exactly, that makes sense now.
He
I
knew.
hope Regina can handle it.
Oh, Maya, you're gonna feel different in a moment.
Acro wrote this note to Regina.
Foolishly foolish fool who foolishly foolish fool ideas of flow. You're so foolish. Sound like a hardy fool.
Alright, so... Someone saying, can we get Wide Boy back? I missed the Prime banter. Was that not Prime enough banter for you? Here's why this happened. Whoa!
Very well, Mr. Phoenix Wright. If you're so sure, then tell us about this line. I have conclusive evidence of what took place.
Uh-huh. That's a line in the note already. Yep, that's in there.
Well, then if the note was sent to Regina Berry, it must mean that this note is declaring that Regina Berry is a murderer and was sent
Yep.
Regina murderer.
You just don't get it, do you?
What? What did you just say?
The ringmaster knew what the note meant, which is why he went to the plaza in place of his lovely daughter. Way to make it creepy, Phoenix.
Yeah, let's not say she's lovely because she's kind of a monster.
Hold it right there, Mr. Wright. What is this incident that is alluded to in the note?
The incident 6 months ago. I know all about
I
it.
have no idea!
This is just guessing! An incident occurred 6 months ago, and now I'm more than ready to show this court what happened at the time.
It is kind of sad that finally the ringmaster decided to be a decent father and probably knew his daughter to be in danger and went there instead to save her. Anyway,
Yeah,
moron!
I have no qualms with the ringmaster, it's just his shitty spawn.
Are you sure it relates to the present case?
Aladile, you need to go to the bathroom, but you don't want to miss this. Funny enough, I actually have to go to the bathroom too. So, just for you, and also for me, we'll take a quick break. Go ahead.
Just for you, also me.
Go ahead. We'll be right back, everyone. Don't go anywhere.
Except the bathroom.
Well, I'm sticking around. I will say to anyone who's still around, this case really, really sucks. Like, it's just terrible for the first 3/4 of it. But at the very end, it gets good, but not in a way that I enjoy. Like, it just gets sad. like the way things have been happening is just sad, not like good to see the person go down. I feel bad at the end of this trial, even though the end is good. It's just rough. That's why I'm looking so forward to the next trial, which is the best in all Phoenix Wright as far as I've played. So, I guess at least look forward to that. This one will make you sad. The next one will just be good. Like, really, really, really good.
Hello.
I have not gotten to the end of Ace Attorney 3 Square, so I cannot speak for that.
Alright.
I think I'm halfway through Ace Attorney 3.
Is Elodile back, though? I'm willing to wait. I'm eating a bunch of gummies.
Yeah, I'm not noticing him either. Also, Carl, win for Honor Stream? I don't fucking know.
You could stream if you wanted to, Austin.
Yeah, no.
You're back. Welcome back. I got a bunch of fruit snacks and I'm hyped.
I refuse to stream on my own again after Shovel Knight. Which, if for the one person who was there and probably isn't here, all my Shovel Knight stream boiled down to was, this is pretty. I ran out of shit to say, because it's not a very complicated game, it's just a really pretty and fun thing. So after a while, I stopped saying shit, I'm just like, this is pretty. Dude, Shovel Knight co-op, though, we can do that.
I'm down. I'm absolutely down.
Hell yeah.
By the way, don't forget to not get L.A. Noire on Steam. Why? What's wrong with it? Like, it would either be that or Xbox or Switch.
I mean, yeah, get it on Xbox.
30 FPS? Oh.
Yeah, we have that option.
Is it 30 FPS on Xbox as well?
I very highly doubt that. It's probably just a bad Steam port.
What was I gonna say? Oh, I'm probably gonna delay Pokemon Mystery Dungeon, depending on when Pokemon Sword and Shield come out. If they come out in, like, October-ish, like, I don't know how...
assume it's gonna be like a
December,
near
probably.
Christmas release. Yeah, I assume like a November, December release.
In that case, I might do Mystery Dungeon, but I might also, like, just take a break from Pokemon for a while and then stream that when it comes out. We'll see.
Yeah.
Once we get a more definitive release date, like a release window, then I'll be down.
Also, Kraz, I also played Shovel Knight co-op, and it's tons of fun. I think I played it with Alex. Yeah. We had Shovel Knight, and I played the greatest hero of our time, Spade Maid.
Yes.
Who I might have to bring out of retirement.
That was back when you needed to have the amiibo in order to do it, but now we can just do it on PC, I think.
Yeah, exactly.
Alright.
Wait, are you sure that it relates to the present case?
It does indeed, Your Honor. Everything in this case has its start with what happened 6 months ago.
Really, Nick?
A spade is... Oh, no, that's right. I mean, I think so.
Well then, if that's the case, hurry up and tell us about it. What is this conclusive evidence mentioned in the note? I know, I'd certainly like to know. What did it tell me? Now?
Oh,
You?
man. Oh, man, she's gonna be so mad. If I can't answer that question, the judge is gonna think I'm bluffing. The conclusive evidence about the incident 6 months ago is actually... Oh, she's gonna be so mad. She's gonna be so mad. Take that.
Yeah, she is.
Take that.
Wait, hold up.
What?
Take that! It's Gumshoe's career.
Well,
Was that
So-
too soon?
huh?
It was too soon.
It was too soon. Yeah.
Yep. I was right there too, and I'm like, let's check before, because that's a big hit. Oh no! So, okay.
Okay, wait, let me think about it then. Let me think about it, because I was convinced
Yeah.
that was it. But if he had decisive evidence, it was what was in the box, which is the pepper.
Yep. I was
Oh,
gonna say.
Okay. She's still gonna be so mad, just not about this particularly.
Yeah.
She'll have
Pepper!
another day to be mad at Gumshoe.
Pepper!
The badge!
Take that! The badge!
Season that!
Season that! Wow, that worked.
What kind of spicy joke is this, Mr. Phoenix Wright?
What kind of spicy hot meme? Do you think Francesca's a memer?
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah, I do too.
It isn't a joke at all. It's the decisive evidence you asked for.
What do you mean?
The victim would arrive and then try to take away the wooden box. That's when they discovered the decisive evidence found inside.
Another unbelievable conclusion. Very well, Mr. Wright, so what exactly are you saying? Are you claiming Regina Berry killed someone with a small bottle of pepper?
I'm sorry, Francesca's the kind of person who gets mad if a meme format isn't followed to the letter.
Oh my
Yes.
god.
She fucking hates the concept of deep fried memes.
Holy shit, yes.
So she's the kind of memer I can respect.
Taking the note into account, it's the only logical conclusion you can draw. She's the kind of person who uses, like, the impact font meme generators that's, like, top screen, top part, bottom part. And, like, she just takes pictures of fucking Phoenix Wright and then is, like, when you're wrong in court, and thinks that it's funny. Gets 5 likes on Twitter and cries.
One of them is Edgeworth going.
But Edgeworth's account is totally not Edgeworth, and the picture's just Edgeworth with a mustache. I'm convinced Edgeworth is alive. There's just something about him. Maybe this not Edgeworth person knows what happened.
What about you, Smedgeworth? What do you think?
Edgeworth.
Foolish fool who never tires of his own foolish ways.
Oh
If you're
god.
so sure, Mr. Phoenix Wright, then answer this question. Who was Regina Berry's intended victim?
Regina Berry's victim was Bat.
Baya.
Bat.
Now-
Bat. Wow, that worked.
Now, I was chewing, so I didn't get to say this at the right time, but you cannot tell me that Edgeworth's fake name wouldn't be Hedgeworth.
Edgeworth.
Well, no. Hedgeworth is the name that he uses when he's like, you know, like seriously trying to give like a second name.
No,
but,
he went
like
to
his-
Europe, and he started a landscaping company.
Yeah,
Kilometers.
Called Edgeworth.
Kilometers Edgeworth. He went to
Yeah.
Europe and now he's kilometers Edgeworth.
Kilometers Hedgeworth.
Smedgeworth he just had to come up with on the fly.
You can't tell me Edgeworth wouldn't have a default profile pic. That's
Oh, he
entirely
would.
fair. He absolutely would.
Oh, he would.
Or he'd be the type of person where his profile pic is like the photos that you know how like a lot of workplaces will have like a photo for like the website or whatever that they have.
yep.
Be that photo of him that was taken for the prosecutor's office.
Oh my god.
Like some glossy photo.
Who's this?
That is Acro's younger brother.
What does this prove? His younger brother isn't dead.
Technically, that's true. However, Bat has been in a coma for 6 months now. It's not a stretch to see how Acro could feel that his brother is dead.
Regina. She did that to him?
Do you spend your entire life dreaming up new ways to be a fool?
I'm so
Yes.
happy because I know exactly what's coming.
Naturally, the prosecution has looked into Acro's brother, Sean Dingling. 6 months ago, he was bit by a lion and fell into his current comatose state.
A lion!
Miss Regina Berry is an animal tamer by trade. However, no tamed animal in that position is ever trained to attack another human.
I think Edgeworth's only tweet would be him trying to search for Phoenix Wright memes on Twitter, but he doesn't know how the search function on Twitter works, so he typed it into the
accidentally
tweet
tweets
bar.
it.
Yeah, he just tweets it.
I think.
Who was it who did that?
Ed Balls. That was his name. Ed Balls is a
That's right.
politician in the UK who didn't know how Twitter works, so their only tweet was them trying to search their own name, so their only tweet is Ed Balls.
Reasonably priced ascots.
God.
Because you know that's what he casually wears. You
Yes,
know that
absolutely.
he wears like a house coat with like a little ascot in it. And that's his casual dress.
I wouldn't understand the command. Moreover, Miss Regina could never do something like that. It's just not in her. She's my bestie. I would know.
Well,
So then what happened to Acro's brother?
He's not the victim of an attempted murder. He's the victim of an accident.
I see.
Now what do we do? No one seems to be going along with your theory. Do you think what happened to Bat was actually an accident?
okay.
Fuck no.
All right, I was gonna say there was no penalty for that if you wanted to choose. Nah, it's fine.
Nah, it's fine.
No, this one I'm gonna take seriously.
The lion biting Bat was no accident at all.
I mean, technically,
What?
when we
Sort
get
of.
into what happened, that was an accident. But
You're such an amateur, Mr. Phoenix Wright. There's no way that Regina would ever incite her lion to attack another human being.
She may not have incited the lion to attack another human being, but Regina is responsible for making the lion bite Acro's brother, Bat.
Now it's time.
yeah,
Take that.
That's just a scarf.
Acro. This
yeah.
scarf is something that Bat used to wear, correct?
That is correct.
And who is the one that gave this scarf to Bat?
Regina. Regina gave it to him.
Regina.
There is something more than just blood on this scarf, Your Honor.
And what might that be?
Pepper.
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 Regina gave the scarf to Bat right before the accident, and she covered it with as much pepper as she could! Does nobody... Hey, what's with the silent treatment?
Excuse me, Mr. Wright. You've done a good job of fingering a but out of curiosity, what was her crime? Regina gave a pepper-covered scarf to Bat as a present. Where's the crime in that?
It still seems like the judge just doesn't get it. Oh, Karma's on the ropes.
Mr. Phoenix Wright? Wasn't it said that the lion seemed to be smiling?
Smiling? The lion was smiling?
Right before Bat was bit by the lion. For a moment, the lion's mouth changed and it looked like he was smiling.
Lions smile?
I've never heard of them smiling. However,
Of course this motherfucker would speak with semicolons.
yes,
Yeah?
yes. She's very proper in all things.
Lions sneeze. That's the crux of this fucking case, by the way.
Yep.
Leon didn't plan on biting Bat at all. In reality, all he actually did was sneeze. He sneezed because of all the pepper spread on the scarf.
What? You've gotta be kidding me!
Hey, you know, a while back when I said don't put the tiger in the collage because I was like, oh, there's gonna be a better face. For some reason, I had remembered there being a
The
thumbnail.
lion
of-
face.
Yeah, of the lion.
That's
and,
fine. We needed the room anyways.
Yeah, that's fine.
What's the matter, Miss Von Karma?
I object for objection's sake reasons, Mr. Phoenix Wright. This theory, you believe it? You really plan to say this joke of an accident actually happened?
Of course I do, because it's the truth. The lion sneezed due to the pepper, and that's when Bat lost consciousness. Acro nearly lost his brother due to this accident, or this joke, as you put it. Which is why he tried to get revenge against Regina.
You foolish idiot!
So, it's a joke of an accident to you, huh? Once again, I'm impressed by your imagination, Mr. Wright. To think that there's someone who treats this accident with the respect it deserves.
Wow. Are you telling me that what I said was true?
Acro. You don't mean! You can't mean! Witness?
Are you confirming the defense's claim?
Mr. Wright. Unfortunately, your imagination is not enough to find me guilty of murder.
What do you mean by that?
The pepper, the scarf, the lion. I see where you're going, but it's a bit hard to swallow. Not to mention the fact that there's an even bigger problem with your theory.
I'm curious, what's that?
And what would that problem be?
Same problem it's always been. Evidence. If I drop Max's bust on top of the ringmaster, where is the evidence that proves that claim?
Yeah, we've still been missing the murder weapon
We
this whole
still
time.
need to find the bus, yes.
Yeah, that's why we
Yep, how about
I should
that?
remember that.
You mean the conclusive evidence?
The biggest problem is the murder weapon, or the lack thereof, to be more precise.
Murder weapon? The bust that the defense claims was used. If that were to be found in Acro's room, and if it was covered with the victim's blood, that would be awfully conclusive in my eyes.
Yes, it would be.
Bust.
Nick, you gotta do something!
This is the last step. If I get this one right, the case is won.
Okay,
Where would it even be in his room?
they've already searched Acro's room.
I was gonna
Yeah,
say,
they have.
it can't be anywhere in his room.
It's not.
Let's let things play out.
So see how they go for a bit.
It might be worthwhile to search Acro's room, but
Well, why are you gonna search his room?
It looks like you finally figured things out, didn't you? Now you know the true meaning of Von Karma Total Just.
I guess.
Kraz, the reason we know for a fact it didn't break is because we had eyewitness testimony seeing it go back up.
Yep.
Yeah,
we
that
know-
flew
we
up.
know
And
it's
also,
So
like,
we
there'd
know
be
it
bits of
came
it somewhere. And also, it's fucking made of bronze and platinum. Like,
yeah, it's pretty sturdy.
It's not breaking on some old fuck's head.
like it might dent or something, but yeah, that's not gonna break it.
I
Like
figured
stone.
with you, that's the least I should expect. You left no stone unturned. Wow!
No stern untoned.
You left no stone unturned!
Avon Karma never leaves anything to chance. We already searched Acro's room yesterday.
What did you find?
There's no reason to even say it. If we found what you think we found in that room, Acro would not be here as a witness. But to put a point on it, Max's bust was not in the room. The murder weapon is still unaccounted for.
You see, Mr. Wright? The bust wasn't in my room.
Furthermore, Detective Dick Gumshoe executed the search by complete surprise.
Oh, well, that's, you got your best guy on that fucking search, didn't you?
Yeah.
And we took Acro directly to the prosecutor's office after that.
I think I
End
just
of
figured it out.
story.
I think I
Oh,
just
did
figured
you?
it out. Maybe.
Think you got it?
Just wait a second. Something's funny about all this.
It looks like the coup de grace in this case was ever so sweet.
But, what about the scarf? What about the note?
What about them? Mr. Wright, no offense, but the important evidence here is about the death of the ringmaster. I think you should remember that.
Ah!
Do something, Nick! Don't let this case slip away! The bust! Where is it now?
Where's the bust right now?
You're Phoenix Wright! You know where that bust is, I'm sure you do!
I think I know where it is.
You're Phoenix Wright! You're great at finding busts!
There's not even a single clue. How am I supposed to know where the bust is? Is someone gonna inhabit Maya, and then that's gonna be it?
It seems as if this case is coming to a close. The defense's counterarguments look to have fallen short.
Thank you for your support.
Now, if you'll please excuse me, Mr. Wright.
I think that brings this cross-examination of the witness to the end.
Game over. Max goes to jail and dies.
Who's holding it?
Where is Max's bust? The defense needs time to prepare to present its case. Sorry, I'm just a bit nervous and I just bit my tongue.
Huh?
What?
We need time to do what? Ah!
Why are you the most surprised person here? She's your aide.
Do you really have a case to present, Mr. Wright?
What? Is he talking to me?
The rest is up to you, Nick. Good luck.
What the fuck, Maya? Wait, no! He's got it! Bye!
Hold on! I've got
Save your ass.
Actually him!
You can't be serious!
Acrobats always have their lives on the line, don't they? That's how Acro's lived his life up until now. Now it's time for us to walk across our own tightrope. If we don't, we're certain to lose. By we, I mean you!
Very well, the defense may proceed.
he doesn't have a clue. And I don't think he'll be finding one anytime soon.
Walking the tightrope of logic, there's no room for a false step. Sink or swim. The only way through is forward. Oh my god.
Where is Max's bus now?
I think I know where it is.
Where do you think?
Somewhere in this courtroom. It's the only way that makes sense.
The only
Yeah.
way that makes sense.
Literally the only thing that makes sense, because they said they went to get him and they
We
went to
wouldn't
get
have
him.
time to have hit it.
Didn't have time to hide it. It wasn't in his room, and he
So it was a
immediately went to the
surprise
prosecutor's office. There's no
Yep.
way that it could have disappeared anywhere else. So the only place it could have been, if it wasn't in his room and it couldn't be anywhere else, is on his person. So which means it's currently somewhere in this courtroom.
Yep.
Good job
It's
figuring that
obvious. The bust is inside of this very courtroom.
It's obvious?
Allow me to pinpoint the location of the bust once and all. The witness's chair.
out. Von Kara has it. I have it.
You have
right
it,
here.
Judge!
Acro, I'm sorry to ask this, but do you mind if I take the blanket off of your wheelchair?
Oh, Discord. There we go. I'm sorry, I didn't quite hear you, Mr. Wright.
Well, you are a big guy, and you have a pretty big wheelchair because of it. I just wanted to make sure you weren't hiding anything under that blanket. Because it seems to me it'd be really easy to say, hide a bust under there.
Once again, your penchant for humor hits me right where it hurts, Mr. Wright.
I think it's pretty amazing that you could laugh in your position. However, your lightheartedness doesn't change the fact that the bust is under there. We all know that you couldn't leave the lodging house by yourself in your condition. That proved inconvenient when Miss Von Karma happened to search your room yesterday. If she'd found the murder weapon in your room, it would have been all over. Which is why you had to hide it, in the only place that you could hide it, under your wheelchair. Which is why, Acro, I have to ask you again, could you please remove the blanket from your wheelchair?
Well done, Mr. Wright. Masterfully played.
You fool! How could you?
You've got me. I've been bagged by, well, I was gonna say a real pro, but
I kind of wandered my way into this one.
actually two of them.
Two of them.
Hey, thanks!
Miss Francesca Von Karma and Mr. Phoenix Wright, not the squealing child.
Oh, okay. That's fair.
What?
Yeah, you kind of helped us more than hurt us in that one, Von Karma.
That's kind of all she's done. There's just one thing I'd like to know. How did you know to launch the surprise search on my room last night? There were two pieces of decisive evidence, the cloak and the bust. I burned the cloak in my room and threw the ashes
That's
away
right,
with the
they didn't-
trash.
They didn't know where the cloak was. I forgot.
Yup.
Yeah.
Regina always took my trash out every morning, you know. But the bust... Obviously, I couldn't throw that away. When you executed your search, all I could do was try and hide it. And the only place that I could hide it quickly was under this wheelchair. Miss Von Karma, you had things all figured out, didn't you? I was completely sucked in by your calculated strategy. And now to be caught in the middle of court hiding the murder weapon? There's no way I can escape that. So you've got me. Well done, Mr. Wright. Well done, Miss Von Karma.
It all makes sense now.
Can't believe that Von Karma thought that far ahead. It's amazing.
Huh? You definitely couldn't tell looking at her. What the fuck, Phoenix?
I mean, look at her now.
I know I sure couldn't.
Look at her
Fair.
right now. You can make that argument right now.
I can't believe it. I failed again. Why did I order a surprise search of your room? If only I hadn't done that.
Christ.
It doesn't matter now, though. You would have just searched the room anyways. It seems that we've arrived at the truth. Acro,
Yes, Your Honor.
did you kill the ringmaster of Berry Big Circus, Mr. Russell Berry?
Yes, Your Honor. I am responsible for that crime.
Acro.
All my brother did was want Regina to like him. That's why he'd tease her. One day, my brother sprinkled some pepper on Regina. She started sneezing so hard, couldn't help herself from laughing. And that's why Regina thought it'd be funny to get him back in the same way.
That's why she covered the scarf in pepper.
I know she didn't want anything bad to happen. I know that. She just wanted to make my brother sneeze a few times too. But I just couldn't forgive her, no matter what.
I'm more mad at her nonchalantness to it.
What am I truly guilty of? I'm guilty of never, ever being able to understand her.
Also murder. That too.
Your brother became a star. Regina believed in that so purely. She would laugh innocently when saying it. Too innocently. I just couldn't stand it, no matter how hard I tried.
That's when you decided to do something about Regina.
What do you mean by that?
So are you saying that you're a victim in all of this as well?
No. No, that's not what I mean.
Oh.
I'm nothing but a murderer. That is who I am.
Ah,
At first, I thought I'd kill myself.
oh my god.
Then I pondered giving myself up. But I couldn't just up and leave. I just couldn't. That's why I tried to pin this on Max. Max, I'm so sorry. I just couldn't up and leave yet.
This has been such a strange case. It's almost a reflection of the circus itself.
I'm an idiot. I can't believe it. You beat me again.
Just like I beat your dad!
I
Nice,
believe this
Phoenix.
case is now beyond any point of possible discussion. Thus, I'd like to declare my verdict. Not guilty.
Yay!
We did it, everyone! Yay!
Can we send him to jail too?
No,
Also, I'm
before-
arresting literally everyone in the circus but Mo.
Mo is the only innocent person in all of this. Some fucking how. You have a circus trial, and the clown is the innocent one.
Yep.
This court is adjourned.
December 30th, 4:27 p.m.
What
District
is Max
Court,
guilty
defendant
of? Being a
Robbie, 95.
pedophile.
Yeah,
Yeah.
trying to marry a 16-year-old
Being
girl.
actually being a pedophile.
Also what Ben is guilty of.
Yup.
And the puppet.
And the puppet. And even
Well, the
Bat.
puppet.
And also...
Well, Bat's also in a coma. I think he suffered enough, goddammit.
Yeah.
And yeah, Regina should be arrested for manslaughter.
Mm.
Fabulous! But to be honest, I can't really be too happy about this.
Acro, the ringmaster, Regina, and Bat. Not a single one of them was a bad person inside, huh?
Well,
I don't think she has... Oh, wait, no, that's right. You do need permission for the parents here. That's a good question, and one I don't know the answer to.
Congratulations. Congratulations, Mr. Max.
Thank you.
What's with the vibe in this room?
Just thinking about Acro.
No. If you worry about people too much, then you'll be like this forever and never be happy.
bury your emotions, kids.
Huh?
Remember, they're just stars in the sky now.
Yeah, again, I would pin almost all of this on Regina. Like, genuinely, I blame her for all of this. She's been like this for a while now.
It's all my fault.
Oh, there.
That is correct.
It definitely is, though.
That is correct.
Tell that to this officer over
Absolutely
here.
is. Sweetie pie.
That and Acro, they're never coming back.
Well, Acro's just going to jail.
Also, Bat's alive in a
Bat-
coma for now.
That could
but, like,
That could wake up.
Yeah.
And,
yeah.
Those
And-
are the people you're worried about, not your fucking dad who's actually
Yeah.
dead.
And Acro might not get a life
He's
sentence.
just a star.
I mean, yeah, like Acro has the
There's
potential of
nothing.
being freed.
Yeah, like. What? That's what you're worried about?
Yes.
Not everyone's going to split up. Regina, Mr. Wright, tell me something.
What do you want to know, Regina?
Yes. Again, Lucerio. That's why I said she should be tried for manslaughter.
Yeah.
She did indirectly murder someone,
Yeah,
and
if you're-
and indirectly cause the murder of her own father.
Yeah, even if you don't
Yeah,
necessarily cause
at the very least, it should have been like negligence for
Yeah,
knowing
no,
that
yeah,
he had
oh, for sure.
a scarf
She should
of
be in
pepper
jail.
on,
She
and
should
letting
be
him,
in jail.
letting him put his head inside of her lion.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that
with
is.
her
This is
permission.
all her fault. She is a murderer, and she should go to jail. But
Is Bat dead now? Bat's still in a coma.
Yeah, Bat's and only for 6 months. Like, you know, it's not like
entirely-
it's been like a decade or something.
I
People
mean-
can wake up from long comas.
oh, Acro
Well-
should go to jail too. Don't get me wrong.
Two-Face with the man who
Acro should go to jail too, but she should be right alongside him and get at least double the sentence because she's responsible for far more death.
Acro said something right at the end.
Just let Awesome do it.
I just couldn't up and leave yet.
Does that mean that Acro is he gonna try and get his revenge on me?
I
Of
would.
course he is! I think that's his plan. But what can you do about it?
What can he do?
Good.
Oh, no,
Fuck her
sorry.
life up.
You did some awfully bad things to him, Regina!
Good. Ah, this is cathartic.
Oh my god!
You're right. He will never forgive me, will he?
Holy shit! God, it looks like I struck the final blow on Regina!
Poor Regina.
No, do not feel sympathy for that monster. Hey, Max.
What is it, Mo?
We really put you through a lot, didn't we, buddy? I'm sorry about what happened. So, whenever you'd like to leave us, I'll pay your fee and rip up the contract.
I understand. Such a fabulous thing to do for me. I might even leave tomorrow. What's going to happen to the circus now?
That's the big question, isn't it?
Connor Shaw destroys 16-year-old girl with facts and logic.
Good.
Acro might not get the death penalty as he's in a wheelchair and admitted regret. He might get sympathy, maybe.
I'm hoping.
Might even get a slightly more lenient well, especially because even though it was premeditated murder, he didn't.
It wasn't
premeditate
the
to
right
kill this
target.
particular person. Yeah.
It was manslaughter.
like-
If
I
it
feel
was,
like the
I think it was
maximum-
technically manslaughter.
We're
no,
not
it
lawyers.
wouldn't be.
We should put that word.
I was gonna say that would be. It's premeditated. I don't think.
Well, it's premeditated,
manslaughter
but
is a thing.
Well,
Yeah,
yeah,
I
but
think-
that's what I mean. He didn't murder someone in the heat of the
Is-
moment, and he
is-
didn't murder someone he planned
Is
to murder.
third-degree murder a thing instead of first-degree? we're like half-degree murder. He was trying to murder someone else. It's gonna be 25 to life, though. Yeah, I agree.
Oh yeah.
Most likely. Our ringmaster was really an amazing person, wasn't he?
Huh?
Even though he's not here anymore, everyone's sticking together. Staff, the performers, no one wants to leave the circus. That's why I've made a decision.
What is it?
I've decided I will take over as the new ringmaster. I'll turn this circus into the best circus this world has ever seen.
The best circus the world has ever seen?
Don't laugh.
Amazing.
Yay! I can't wait!
Then I guess that changes things.
Huh?
I will be leaving after all. Bye!
Mo money,
There's
mo
only
problems,
one
bye.
thing the best circus in the world has ever seen needs. The world's best illusions. Which means this circus needs the best magician the world has ever seen!
Max.
Let's work together and make our circus super fabulous! Oh, what do you say, big guy?
Please don't call me big guy. I don't know what to say. I mean, other than thank you, I guess.
The first thing you should do is hire less pedophiles.
Yes.
Yeah. First rule.
Regina, you're gonna help them out too, aren't you?
It's literally the least she can do.
That's correct.
I don't know. Maybe the circus would be better off without me.
What are you talking about, Regina? Of course we would be. Get out. Why do you think I brought you into the court today? We've got to work together to make the Berry Big Circus bigger than it's ever been, and barrier!
Mo.
She's only staying so they
Mo's
can keep
right, sweetie pie. It can't be the Berry Big Circus without
yeah, I was
Regina
just gonna say-
Berry!
That's the only reason they're keeping her, to keep
For
the
the
very
name.
name legally.
Yep.
I feel like if
Also,
anything,
your
they want
father
to
left-
separate themselves from the name.
The song.
No, I could see Mo keeping the name just out of respect for the ringmaster.
Yeah,
Or
but
maybe-
also for sales.
Maybe the circus was left in Regina's name, like in
Oh, no.
Barry's will. So
Oh no.
Nick.
Seems like everything's gonna turn out alright here. I mean, as alright as it
can't-
fucking can be, I guess.
I can't wait to go see the best circus the world has ever seen.
We'll save you the most fabulous seats!
For a modest fee, of course. It'll take us a while to get ready, but I'm going to order special whoopee cushion seats.
You can stop that now. You're a ringmaster now. You don't have to. Oh shit, where's this going?
I see. What made the case? Yeah, just like you thought. Yesterday's search really paid off, sir. Yeah, it all figured out yesterday, didn't you? It was just a theory.
I wonder who that could be.
If Acro really was the killer, I thought this was the only way it could end. Especially if he was the defense attorney.
Why? You mean Mr.
Hey,
Wright?
you mean
said
Mr.
never to
Wright?
mention his name around again.
Oh my god.
Of course. Well, Detective, my plane is about to leave. Do me a favor and try not to be too
Aw.
harsh on Acro. Once I get back, I'll make a stop by the Chief Prosecutor's office.
Yes.
Yes, sir! Yeah, I'll be waiting for you, sir. Bye, Mr. Edgeworth.
He's so fucking gorgeous. Look at him. Oh my god. Episode 3, Turnabout Big Top, the end.
Are you ready for the best trial in the game?
Farewell, my turnabout. Thank you all very much for coming by. We're finally out of the circus.
We're free.
It
Holy
it
shit.
ended well, just not a good kind of well.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Like it's a
just
good
the
it's a good
somber
ending, but it was
well.
just sad.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was somber at the end.
Either way, if Edgeworth is trying to get him some leniency, that means Acro is going to be kind of fine.
Relatively speaking.
I mean, yeah, in jail, but
Alright.
might even not get the life sentence.
Thank you all so much for, wow, 30 of you. Thank you all for coming by.
Yay.
Christ, that's way more than I thought would be watching. It means a lot. Have a good day, everybody. I think we're gonna do maybe this Friday. We'll do Monster Prom.
Sounds good. Carl, this game has... Oh, excuse me. This is the last trial of this game.
Yeah, the trial coming up / trial of the game.
Yeah, game 2 only has 4 trials because they didn't shoehorn in a non-canon
Yes.
to become canon game.
But tomorrow we'll do, if you're down for it, Marina, we can do Monster Prom.
Sure.
Hell
Finding
yeah.
out how I'm feeling. We'll
Cool.
see.
All right,
Cool.
take it easy, everybody. We'll see you for that. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.